are worth fighting for.
Or we die.
Ready for war, where you from?
We are the homie!
No, 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 no.
Don't know, take my power,
I am not gay. I have relationships with women, sex with men.
And I got news for you. That means you gay.
Gay!
Let me close with what I've long said. America is a nation that can be defined in a single word. I was going to It is noteworthy that the percentage of women who register to vote and cast a ballot is consistently higher than the percentage of the men who do so. End of quote. Repeat the line. Women. I will once more return to the hollow ground of Yad Vashem to honor 6 million Jewish lives were stolen in the genocide, and continue, which we must do every day, continue to bear witness. To keep alive the truth and honor of the Holocaust, horror of the Holocaust.
What the hell is that?
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought I was in America. I'm sorry. What, is this a communist country or something? I thought this is America. This is America. This is the house of America.
It's false. No way. Not this time.
How dare you?
Is that like a personal attack or something? Or...
Welcome from the totally real country of Australia. I bid you all good evening, good morning, or good day, as the case may be. Across these many time zones, this is the pre-stream. My name is Thermo, and we're here to talk about the newsy stuff from the week, from Lawtube to Lolcows, from 4chan to Forbes. We'll have a look back at some of the news from the past week and figure out what the hell a breakfast taco is. Joining me again this week are my co-hosts, Tim of Tams.
Hi.
Welcome. And of course, Tim.
Yes.
Who is already 3 sheets to the wind.
Yes.
And our returning champ again, Catnip Dave. Welcome.
Dave. Howdy.
So let's jump right into it with the continued war on farmers. The Dutch farmers are still protesting, which is fucking great.
Are they still? I haven't seen anything. Like, I really haven't.
Yeah, look,
I wanted to see so much.
You've got new allies.
The coverage dropped off this week, like the mainstream coverage, but it's still going on. Well, like this guy over at the Counter Signal is basically doing it full time.
Nice.
Like every tweet from him is this stuff, and there's still a lot of stuff happening. I think where was it? The Aussies joined in. Oh yes, the Argentinians have risen up and joined.
Italians too, I heard.
Yep, the Italians, the Germans, the
Where's
Poles.
Magnus? You should tell us about the Sicilians.
It's basically a world war of farmers, which is fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
All hail the glorious Dutch.
There it was, yes. So the Aussies have joined in.
Oh, have they?
As well as the Spaniards. So, and of course, the keeps keeps spreading. Not
When you
just
say
the,
when you say joined in, does that mean that we're having our own protests because they're doing the same shit here?
not just yet.
Okay.
So from my reading, a lot of it is like, well, so the whole thing is nitrogen. Nitrogen is a greenhouse gas 300 times worse than CO2.
Also, like 75% of our atmosphere. Something crazy like that.
Well, yeah, that's right. But NO2 in its state
Nitrous
is a greenhouse
oxide,
gas. Yeah, nitrous oxide is a greenhouse gas as well as laughing gas.
Where's that at?
But
Is that in the atmosphere?
No, well, that's what. So the nitrogen-based fertilizers that farmers use to get good yields is part of the nitrogen cycle that provides good yields, and part of that cycle releases NO2 into the atmosphere. It doesn't release a lot of NO2.
Oh, shame.
Oh, this is N2O, not
NO.
So this is not NO2. This is N2O, which is different.
N2O, yeah,
which is different, which is not NOS.
It's two nitrogen atoms in one.
Yeah,
oxygen.
it's not.
I guess it would be dinitrogen oxide.
Yeah, I was gonna say we can't harvest that and have drag races.
Yes, so it's not NOS, but yeah, some areas the reduction target is like 90%, which that would decimate yields, and dairy farmers wouldn't be able to grow to feed their own crop, like feed their own cows.
Oh wait, N2O actually is nitrous.
Is it?
I'm just going with Wikipedia. Apparently, N2O is nitrous. It is laughing gas.
So I got to go huff some cow patties or something. How does that work?
Maybe. Yeah, I thought NOS was NO2, but no, and NOS is N2O according to Wikipedia.
Really? I thought it was NO2 as well.
Well, then what we need is not nitrous reduction. We need some sort of nitrous capture and sequestration and storage.
Yeah. NO2 would be nitrogen
to put in our cars.
Yeah, this is what we need to do. We need to harvest this.
But yeah,
it is N2O. Huh.
As this guy put the asset grab continues. So English farmers are going to be paid £100,000 to retire.
That's still going to leave half the farmers in debt, but you know.
Yeah, a lot of farmers just that won't cut it. But I don't know what the deal is. Why they want, like, food is already getting way more expensive than it's been in my lifetime.
Everything makes more sense if you realize that they actually think that the global warming is like maybe they're right. I don't know. I'm not saying the globalists are wrong, but if you look through the lens of they actually believe, like, if we don't get the population below a certain level by 10 years from now or 5 years from now, the world's going to end. Their actions make a lot of sense.
There's a lot easier ways to do it.
Oh, there is, but
like
they're nobody. Sometimes they're not as intelligent as you want them to be.
So,
but that's the only way it makes sense.
It's just a Klaus Schwab conspiracy, in my opinion.
I don't think a world government would be any more competent than our local governments. So
just look at the UN.
They do.
That's what they want to be. So
crippled by indecision and a complete lack of actual, like, intelligence and
let's put
direction.
That was
what I was looking for.
Yeah.
The committee has never solved anything ever. You need competent people, 2 to 3, to make decisions. Committees just make everything muddy and shitty and terrible.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this does feel like it's, well, we want you to eat the bugs, and you're not going to do it voluntarily. So what we need to do is make sure that there's no other choice.
Yeah.
And I know the eat the bugs bigot thing is a meme. Feels like they're trying.
It's a meme. They're trying. But it's just the normal means of coercion.
Yeah.
You regulate things out of the hands of people. Make it just make it starve people of choice. Starve people of freedom. Starve people of their property. It's fascism.
Yeah.
Or communism, depending on your view, depending on the way you implement it. It's all authoritarianism.
Well, fundamentally, that's what you would need in order to make what they want to do work. It would have to be communism. There'd have to be central planning. There'd have to be government ownership. There'd have to be limited private ownership of farms.
Yep. Unless you have a fascist style system where the government just puts a gun to the farmer's head, says they probably already are.
Yeah.
Either way.
And nitrogen-based fertilizers are expensive. So if you provide a better option that works just as well and subsidize it, the farmers will use that. Like, don't just ban it.
I popped a link in the old show research. They're already feeding his crickets.
Putting crickets. Okay. Let's see.
Contains milk, crickets. Oh, that's it. Oh, no, the ingredients are above, but what are the ingredients?
Just milk and crickets.
Oh no, those are warnings. What does it have?
Jalapeno cheddar puffs, which actually don't sound bad.
They're cheesy puffs
until
with crickets.
The Jews are
just a little bit of cricket.
Like, what are the Jews going to eat? If this is shellfish,
well, they miss out.
Milk, crickets, that's
Ingredients: puff, organic cornmeal flour, lentil flour, fava bean flour, rice flour, organic cricket flour.
Interesting.
So the puff itself is made out of partially crickets. Ground up crickets.
The way these work is it's in order of volume.
Yeah.
So organic cricket flour is the smallest amount of the puff.
It's still mostly corn.
But it's still mostly
corn and lentils and beans and rice.
That sounds a lot less appetizing now that I know it has lentil flour in it.
Yeah, I tried lentils for a hot minute. They're okay, but I'd rather just skip them entirely. Have more meat. But that's me.
So yeah, eat the bugs, bigots. I don't know how I feel.
Who needs to eat animals anyway? Crickets don't count.
Look, I think there's a place for alternative proteins, which is, I guess, a good way to refer to the bugs. Because honestly, pretty much everything's made of corn, so it's just shifting from everything's made of corn to everything's made of bugs.
I'll take corn, please.
So, yeah, I hope the farmers win. I really don't think the release of nitrogen from the nitrogen fertilizer cycle is contributing that greatly to climate change.
I don't think I'm going to get off this the cementing of the world. I think that's a fair contributor. I just think it is.
Oh, absolutely. Cement is fucking huge contributor.
And it's hot as fuck, and there's a lot of it
because of all the ammonia inside and all the gases that are released when you start.
Yeah, released when you make it.
Yeah.
So, anyway, moving along, there was another surprise January 6th hearing this week.
That's still going. I suppose it's never really going to. Won't stop.
It's not going to end until November, and they're going to do as much as possible to drag this shit to November, like to October, and they're going to dump all their dirtiest, juiciest secrets
in the midterms.
They've been keeping back as a nice October surprise to to either make Republicans angry at Trump or make Democrats angrier at Trump. Like,
it must be pretty juiced up then if they're going to blow their October surprise in June.
Yeah,
Seems
well,
like it's not going to work very well.
What baffles me is that the revelation this week was the Twitter employee who, ex-Twitter employee,
the reliable source,
the hashtag reliable source, yes. And people were saying, "Oh, is the 6th D-Day? Is that why Trump wants everyone there? Or Trump just told us to come armed." Well, no, he didn't.
No, he didn't.
He literally did not.
He did not do that. It will be wild means that we need volunteers for the firing squad. Is that not the fucking biggest Fed post you've ever seen? Like, who the fuck writes that?
D-Day. Who the hell says D-Day?
Feds that are fucking 60 years old that are trying to...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, look, look, 50% LARPers, 50% Feds.
Not even the LARPers. Not even
the
LARPers.
LARPers. Nobody paid attention.
I'd say it's
How many
70,
people
30
went to the
Feds.
Capitol armed?
Even the LARPers wouldn't be comparing this to D-Day. Good fucking god.
No, because they're fucking children. They don't even know what D-Day is anymore.
That's exactly right.
This is Feds. This is old Feds.
Fucking A, this is happening.
Violence is.
Yeah. Sorry, Dave, you go.
No, I was just saying, very few people know what violence is.
Nowadays, that's right, yeah.
Well, that's right. Very few people have any interaction with violence in their life.
So,
America's got one of the lowest rates of violent crime it's had, like, ever.
Well,
especially
even nowadays, it's still
including Democrat cities.
Yes, that's right.
So,
yeah, if you go look at historical, now I'm happy to be fact checked on it. But I mean, last I checked, right now, okay, it's slightly higher than 2 years ago, but even nowadays, it's still among the lowest rates of violent crime it's been in 50 years. Like in the 70s, the murder rate was like twice as high as it is now.
Oh yeah, New York in the 70s. Holy shit.
Yep. Even in the 60s and 70s, in the height of Jim Crow, like towards the end of it, I guess. But even in those days, the murder rate was still twice as high than it is now. Although, of course, massacres are a different thing that are on the rise, but overall crime is actually lower.
But is there any evidence, like I'm pretty sure there isn't, but I haven't been paying that much attention, that Trump ever said anything about being armed? Because that tweet or response, I've never heard anything him saying, like, bring weapons. Never heard anything of the sort.
No.
And even on the day, so
standard Democrat bullshit.
The timeline doesn't even fucking make sense.
No, it doesn't.
Trump was still speaking when they breached the Capitol. How the fuck does that work? He's still giving his speech. So all the people who came to see Trump are still watching Trump, except for the weirdos who followed Ray Epps, guiding people to saying, "Oh, we're going into the Capitol. We're going into the Capitol."
Is his name protected by YouTube, like the other one we're not allowed to say?
Oh, Eric Cimarella. Oh, instantly taken down. No, I'm pretty sure his name is just out there now. It's not. Doesn't get you.
I thought that was weird because I watched it all in the shop. Like, I was watching everything happen. I'm like, why are these people who are scaling the walls and smashing things, all of them they're wearing black bloc and they all have face masks and no one else does? I'm like, that's odd.
Well, they're going to argue that somewhere during his speech, some of the things he said were cue words to start the.
It's the
yeah.
It's the same argument they tried in his impeachment hearings, and we know how that turned out. It all turned out to be fucking lies.
It's their favorite thing from the last, like from 2016 to 2020, stochastic terrorism.
Yeah, words of violence.
I hate that word. So
words of violence.
Why'd someone rid me of this meddlesome priest?
We're not going to say anything about what's her face, Senator Waldman in Minnesota, saying we need to go out there in the streets and fight like hell. And they're not going to call that a call to arms, but they're going to say anything Trump said as a call to arms.
She meant something different with when she said fight. She didn't mean what Trump meant.
Yeah, or Maxine Waters, when you got to get in their face, you got to give them no peace. Like,
she has said so many things.
Try it, Maxine. Just fucking
there's
try me.
Entire compilations of Democratic, like reps and like senators and congressmen, just basically out and out calling for violence. Schumer did it fucking 2 months ago. Over the Supreme Court, he essentially invited people to go after Gorsuch, go after Kavanaugh, go after what's the face?
Barrett.
Yeah.
I mean,
which is itself a crime. Which is, I mean, I don't know if it's in your show list or if we've covered it previously, but it was who got chased out of the restaurant recently? It was Kavanaugh.
It was Kavanaugh. Yeah,
it was Kavanaugh. That's a crime. That is it is a crime to confront a justice of the Supreme Court with the intent to intimidate them.
I think that story was actually blown up by both sides because Kavanaugh's own statement was he didn't realize he'd left out the restaurant had a bigger problem with it than Kavanaugh did. They weren't in the restaurant; they were outside the restaurant.
Yep.
The restaurant wouldn't let them in, that's how you handle it. You don't let fucking protesters in.
No, that's right.
And the restaurant's like, look, Justice Kavanaugh, thank you for coming. There's some protesters outside, so if you're going to leave, you should probably leave out the back. And he left out the back. He didn't even come into contact with them. So I think both sides sort of blew that story up. But
that would make sense. But it is a crime to protest or picket a justice with the intent of influencing a decision.
Absolutely, yeah.
Anywhere.
Well, at this point, I'm not sure they're influencing anything.
It'll never get punished, but it's very plainly
absolutely they would.
You cannot
when
go
they're
to
outside
houses.
the houses. Yeah.
No, not even if they're outside the houses. If they're on the street, sure. But if they are at a if he was actually in the restaurant, it's a crime.
Yeah, but they're not doing a decision at this point. They're not actually
to intimidate him for any reason, to influence his decision for any reason. Right. You are not allowed to picket outside of a restaurant that he's actually in. That's probably why nothing will actually ever happen, because if he wasn't actually in the restaurant, okay, he's in a public space. But if he's outside,
apparently he missed dessert. So, congrats, Libs, you won.
Oh, fuck.
No, but I mean,
I'm gonna cry for like 3 minutes for him for that.
I'm sure it was a good dessert. I know I should have probably.
Well, he's never gonna know because he didn't have it.
I think this might have been last week. That's why.
But I bet you, if they were protesting because they wanted gun rights unrestricted, they'd get their ass thrown in jail.
Oh, that's called an insurrection, Dave.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'd get charged first with insurrection, then they get charged with intimidating and influencing a Supreme Court justice.
Yeah.
Like, you can't do it for any reason. You're not allowed to protest them, to influence their decision. Any building or space that they are occupying, you're not allowed to picket or protest it. So.
And yes, so apparently the next hearing will be looking at the 187 minutes when Trump did nothing to quell the Capitol riot. You know, that thing that like 2 weeks ago they were saying, oh, it's bad because Trump wanted to go up to the Capitol and they wouldn't let him. That would have been something.
When he went completely John Wick and overpowered the Secret Service.
Yes, when he went completely John Wick and tried to overpower the Secret Service from the back of the fucking beast.
The neck hold, yeah. No, I want to see the video of Trump like slowly masturbating to the fucking riot happening. That's what I want to see. He did nothing wrong. He did something. He was juiced about it.
He was in the middle of he was in the corner of Trump Towers, masturbating off into the streets like Homelander.
You bet he hasn't done that 100 times. Like, he just slid open one of them big ass windows, just like on his golden toilet.
Who wouldn't?
Fuck, I would.
I mean,
why not?
And of course, the story we literally missed last week by minutes. Minutes. We ended the stream, and Tim's like, "Oh my god!" So someone got Hunter Biden's iCloud backups. I don't know how this guy has the worst OPSEC in the world.
Shame about his hair.
But holy shit. This is someone who has been the son of a senator for decades.
Mm-hmm.
His entire life.
How the hell? Like his father was a congressman for
literally his entire life.
Congressman and senator his entire life, like, and then vice president.
Mm-hmm.
Is there some sort of disease or compunction that requires you to photograph every fucking crime you commit?
Yeah, it's called
it's called crack.
Well, yeah. Like, what
it
the hell?
supposedly makes it more exciting. It makes it more exciting that you might get caught with all the evidence.
He's probably got diplomatic immunity and everything. So,
well, it doesn't apply inside America.
He just wanted his dad.
No, but he's been overseas. If he's going, over in the
that
Ukraine,
covers him for the Ukrainian hookers.
Yeah,
but that's only immunity in Ukraine. If there was a law on the books that said if you went overseas, and hired a prostitute, that would be a crime in the US. You could be diplomatic immunity or not. It doesn't matter.
No, as long as he stays in Nevada, it would be legal. But obviously, he didn't.
Yeah.
I think it would still be diplomatic immunity because they get away with a lot of shit. Like that British, whatever, I think it was, whatever. She like ran somebody over and killed them, and they was like, no big deal. Like
that was in the UK.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Might
that
have
was
been
just a
American
random diplomat. But they
or
got
whatever.
shipped. They got shipped back to the US real fast.
Yeah, but they didn't get fucking charged for anything. Like,
Well, is murdering someone overseas a crime in the
not
US?
if you're a diplomat. Yes, murder is
immunity can be
generally.
revoked,
I don't remember what it's called, but there's a thing where like if you break a fucking law of an American law overseas, that you still get charged for it. I can't remember what it's called, but that's the thing. I'm quite sure of it. I'm like 78% sure.
Like, I'm sorry, don't people if you're doing crack, or coke, or meth, don't do this.
Are we sure that's crack and not Parmesan?
I'm pretty sure that's crack.
Yeah, I know it's white, pure white. It's pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure that is crack. Like,
Yeah, those are crack rocks.
kids don't smoke crack. I'm guessing that's
Or do.
grams.
If
I'm
you're
hoping
under
that's
Yeah,
grams because if that's 20 ounces,
If you're gonna do cocaine, do cocaine. Don't do crack because
do we have a
crack
price?
is whacking. Crack is cheap.
Yeah, just do cocaine.
But crack's better though.
Is it though?
Depends on what better
No,
means,
it's
but yeah,
not.
it make you more retarded. So
Do we have a price check? What does 20 grams of crack cost?
I'm wondering if I can figure that out.
How much are we looking at?
Oh, much.
see if I can
In,
find it.
in the 80s, 20 grams was roughly about $2,500.
Oh, so that's not that much.
No,
It's within the reach of someone who's willing to spend their entire paycheck.
Fuck that. That's a lot of money.
What is the street price of crack? According to recovered.org.
Cocaine cost. I found a website. $18 between 18, assumably due to quality
Inflation.
differences, between $18 and $200 per gram, with the average of being 60 per gram. So if you don't want brain
$60 a
damage
gram?
or like mental retardation,
Yeah, it's about $1,200.
So nothing.
Well,
Hunter.
for Hunter
Hunter?
Biden,
Yeah, nothing.
So yeah, practically nothing. And of course, they 4chan did what 4chan does. His iPad didn't have a password on the backup,
Naturally.
which is great idea. So they got all these texts, and for some reason, he seems to refer to someone as Peter.
Who's that?
I wonder who.
Well, Peter seems to be in all the group chats.
Interesting.
That his dad would be in.
Weird.
Aunt Ashley and Pedo Peter and Maisie Biden, Joe Biden and Pedo Peter.
And look, there's Peter by
I would
himself.
have preferred Bad Touch Billy, but
Bad Touch Billy. No, apparently he uses a nom de plume. That is, it's the name of a.
What's under that name? That's fucking great.
He uses Peter something. It's like a character from
Peter
a Tom
Henderson.
Clancy novel.
Peter Henderson, I think.
Peter Henderson, yes.
Yeah.
Which is a character from I think it's from a Tom Clancy novel.
He fancies himself James Bond. That's nice.
No, I think it's actually a Russian spy from one of the Clancy novels. But yes, he uses that, which is what makes people think that, confirms that Peter is El Presidente. And of course, there's lots of interesting conversations between his underage niece and him. So, like, I love you more. Quote, I love you more than anything in the world. Are you coming home to sleep with me? Natalie, you are wonderful. Aunt Daria and maybe Uncle David will be there tonight. I know the David thing was just a joke, but Aunt Daria is not. I'll see you tomorrow. Like, I love you. Come home, please. Where are you? Come home. Can you come, please? Like,
can we fucking nuke these people? Like, can we please just carpet bomb these people?
Here's a text exchange between Hunter and his niece, the one who's pictured sleeping with Hunter more than once. So there are photos that look very much like her. I don't think they are her, but there's one that definitely is her that looks weird that has like a black box on it. that's been censored. Knowing Hunter Biden, it's probably a penis, but like the guy gets it out all the time.
Like father, like son.
What
I never want to see Joe's penis.
Well,
it's the same penis, probably.
Well, weren't there photos of him in the buff with some girl as part of this big leak?
I think that was thrown in. No, so Tim, I'm sorry. This has all the hallmarks of a Russian disinformation campaign.
Da, Kurumurata. I could swear, just briefly scrolling through the boards. I
did see something. It looked like a very old photograph, and I'm pretty sure it wasn't from the phone. I'm pretty sure, like, a lot of it is 4chan trolling.
Oh, yeah. God, I hope it's
It's very hard to separate real and trolling.
Yeah.
When stuff like this is out on 4chan, and that's the point. Interestingly enough, they were nuking stuff. Like, how often does it happen where the mods on 4chan actually take shit down?
I don't think even they want CP on their board. Like,
no, this wasn't CP. Like, this was just the regular stuff. Like, I think this stuff is just too hot.
Yeah, I don't think even I don't think even they want the Secret Service coming down on them.
Yeah, and of course there's of course a double standard. Whenever there's a leak, if like flip it the other way, if this was Don Jr., this would be front page news, like global, like even after children. Even right now, while Trump isn't president, if there was an iCloud leak of Don Jr.'s fucking iPhone, and there was even a mod, like a tiny skerrick of what's on Biden's leak, it would be global news. There'd be hearings already.
Trump would have had an impeachment hearing over it.
Yeah,
just because, even though he probably didn't have anything to do with it.
They would have started another impeachment hearing right now while he's not even in office.
Yep. Well, they said they can
Trump's
do that now.
Third impeachment.
Apparently, you can impeach a person when they're not in office anymore. So that's been established now. So,
which is
also perhaps the 4chan mods are feds.
Totally possible.
Oh, there's absolutely
the place hasn't been the same since left.
Look, if you're the FBI, there's no way you don't have a guy inside 4chan. There's no way, like, as a 4chan mod, there's no way you don't have a guy planted in Discord, like in the mod team, at Reddit.
Well, we got like 20 of them in the mix, so.
So we highlight them all in green. Yeah, I see you, El.
There's at least I saw that an explosion in the number of people with green names in Ricada's Discord, and I just thought, holy shit!
I mean, look at it. Elba's here today, and she's
Elba's here. I see you, Womblo.
Shout out to
on the Discord.
Yeah. See?
It's so hard for me to go on Discord and not go down with all the flashy glowies in there.
I know. I'm kind of jealous a little bit.
One day I'll get my promotion.
You just have to pay for it.
I don't even have enough simp. Like, how did I get passed over for that? I don't know. Whatever.
So yes, the Secret Service released a statement too. That they're
did they?
That apparently Hunter is actually under counterintelligence investigation. So.
Well, there has to be intelligence there for them
to counter. Yes.
Did I send those fake ass links about how they were like, oh, we're going to definitely investigate him now, boys, because for sure. Did I send those? I guess probably not.
I mean,
the walls are closing in.
I get excited and just stop paying attention to life. So what's happened?
But apparently, he had some fun overseas with hookers, lots of hookers.
I did send those.
And he's got very specific requirements. I saw.
He picks shitty hookers though. This man is rich as shit. Like, these girls are like
covered in tattoos. They're like
fucking really?
It's like, really, you're Hunter Biden. You couldn't get some better, like, quality hookers?
That's multi-millionaire.
He must be into the meth hooker.
That's probably accurate. It's probably like, hey baby, you want to do some meth with me?
Yeah, it's probably paying them in drugs, not actual cash.
Yeah, or both.
Yeah.
And in a shock to no one, of course, Biden's approval rating is in the toilet. He's
this isn't from Frank Luntz. This is by a different writer. Interesting.
Yeah, this is from
Or Nate
this is
Silver,
from
rather.
538. This is Nate Silver's platform. So yeah, even the libs are starting to turn on him. The Dems want him out. They want him gone.
Yeah.
There was a reporter the other day who said, "What do you say to the surveys that say I think it was 2/3 of Democrats don't want you to run?" And
Listen,
Biden
Jack.
just ignored it and said, "Listen, Jack. What about the 8 in 10 Democrats who say they'd vote for me if I ran again?" Okay.
I have no doubt that they're telling him that everyone loves him. Like he has no idea how much everyone hates him.
Oh, the emperor has no clothes. Like
Never
38.6.
Never underestimate Joe's ability to fuck things up. Barack Hussein Obama.
Yeah.
I once read a Twitter comparing him to Carter, and that being the best president ever.
I think I saw that.
Thomas Sowell just said Barack Obama was worse than Jimmy Carter. But then Biden ran for office. And then Biden ran, and then predicted him to be Carter 2.0, and that was correct.
Jimmy Carter did do a lot of infrastructure building up and whatnot. He started the Habitat for Humanity, essentially for the U.S. So there's good to Carter, but his foreign, just like Biden, he got browbeaten in every foreign issue. It was ridiculous.
Yeah.
Yep. And Biden's getting browbeat even worse. Look how the Sauds have just are walking all over him.
And look what finally did Carter in was
his tiny
who was it? Teddy Kennedy tried to primary him. And I think we could end up with something very similar next primary cycle. We could end up with someone going, look, enough. If he is going to run, like he's adamant that he's going to run. I don't think it's a good idea. Well, actually, I think it's a fucking great idea. But for the Democrats, it's not a good idea. But if he gets a primary challenge,
who would they pick? Who would they choose to go over? Buttigieg, maybe.
I would hope Tulsi Gabbard, but I don't think she's going to run as Democrat.
She's persona non grata in the Democratic Party.
Oh no, she should not be considered a Democrat. They don't want her in the Democratic Party. They don't want her. She'd be independent, or there's a I'll say 40% chance she actually runs Republican.
I could see her running
or Libertarian.
I could see her running on a unity ticket.
Yeah.
As the like DeSantis Gabbard unity ticket. That'd be fucking insane.
Even though she still has her blue streak.
Yeah.
In terms of her policies, but
I really want to know about that gun thing, man. That's really
what I was getting at. Yeah.
Like she's like, oh yeah, but now 2A is great. I'm like, that's the reason everyone hated you. Like it's weird. And you're not just gonna say you're not gonna say why. Like I have a whole different.
When you think about the Democrats, what are the two big issues? Abortion and guns.
Yeah, and she is pretty. I don't know if she's pro-life, but she's pretty moderate on abortion.
Look, up till Obama, it had been safe, legal, and rare.
That's right.
That had been the party line. Same as gay marriage has been. Oh yeah, whatever.
Yeah, Tulsi's also very conservative when it comes to the LGBT. Well, to the T rather. LGBT, she's generally fine with, but when it comes to the T, she's practically a full red-blooded Republican.
She should just show us her tits to make.
She's more into coffee instead of tea.
Look, I'm plenty happy watching Tulsi do workouts. I'm very happy with that. Yeah, yes.
Best way to figure out what she's about.
Fit military mummy. Yes, love it.
No simp.
Shame about her
No
face.
simp. Just respect. She's a married woman.
Speaking of simpery, AOC got some simping today. Simping this week.
Simp for the booty, but
she fucking loved that shit.
So
she loved it.
This exchange was hilarious.
She's pissed for a second, then
hang on,
she
let me,
saw she heard him being like, "Oh, I love you." And then she was like, "Oh," she walked up like, "Oh, let's take a selfie."
Yeah, let me do the audio.
Yeah, let's savor this in full.
See, you're my favorite big booty Latina. I love you, AOC. You're my favorite. She wants to kill babies, but she's still beautiful. You look very beautiful in that dress. You look very sexy. Look at that booty on AOC. That's my favorite big booty Latina.
Why don't you do a little selfie?
I love it. My favorite AOC. Nice to meet you, AOC. Look how sexy she looks in that dress. Woo, I love it, AOC. Hot, hot, hot like a tomato.
No lie detected.
I mean, I would.
Oh, absolutely. She's a very, very attractive. She's a very attractive breakfast taco. It was yeah. Look, it was a great. It was great, and of course she tried to make it about like sexism and women, and
she should have made it about her tits, and everybody would be very happy about it.
Yeah, I just. There it is. Yeah, the tweet that's already selected, it says it all.
I was walking over to deck him because if no one will protect us, then I'll do it myself.
You're sounding an awful lot like a Republican
more than a
there,
case
today. Are you taking your protection into your own responsibility?
Did you see? Did you see where like the dude in front of her is her actual husband? And
that's her boyfriend. The boy.
He did nothing.
In the deck shoes. He just keeps walking.
Nothing.
He's walking the dog.
He just didn't even look. Didn't even fucking look. He's
oh
just
shit! It is too. I didn't even notice that.
My wife is being heckled.
I got to be honest though. I respect him for that. She can fight her own fucking battles.
So is she saying that she was going to actually commit a crime?
Oh, she was going over to deck him. Can't you see? Where she
Yeah.
goes over.
She was saying
goes
that she
over
was
and sees the
commit
camera,
a-
and then
My favorite big
commit a
booty Latina
battery.
ALC.
He's such a dick. I love it. It's fucking great. He's such a
professional
fucking
in-person troll.
Oh
Which
god.
is great. He should have just called her a hot breakfast taco.
I thought he did.
No, it's his favorite big booty Latina. I mean, it's not that big. Like
AOC 32 was sexually harassed on the steps of the Congress. No, the fuck she wasn't.
The police did nothing.
I can't believe I didn't notice that that was her. That's her fiance.
That's her boyfriend.
Fiance. So, the aide physically placed a hand on her chest. Where?
Wait, what?
She's
that one right there.
What
The one
does
in the
it,
red
I can't read it. The aide physically placed a hand on her chest to hold her back.
Yeah.
Hold me back! Hold me back! Hold me back, coach.
She didn't do that.
Barely. She's kind of put her hand in front of her, like, "Oh, hey, careful! It's got a camera."
Look at that booty
So-
on ALC. That's my
her
favorite
aide
big
was
booty
the one that
Latina. One little
physically
selfie.
assaulted her.
No, yeah, that's the aide holding her back from decking him.
So
yeah,
he's a great troll, which
He's
is
bad, man.
it's great. I encourage people to troll as many politicians as possible,
That's what freedom of speech is.
because you got to
fucking
get
for.
in their face, as AOC
Yeah.
says. Got
That's
to make them
freedom of speech
uncomfortable.
is
Got
for.
to get in their face.
I would probably try on her. I'm not a big person, going after a girl I don't like, but AOC, I'd probably just want the notch.
I agree with Ed.
Wait, so this comes from Insider. What a
Don't
fucking
agree with that.
surprise.
Don't fucking
And
feed him.
of course, yeah, they try to oh look, he appeared on Marjorie that terrorist Marjorie Taylor Greene's show. Ooh.
He won't come on the stream. He's not allowed to be agreed with.
So,
Hosted the guy who made lewd comments about AOC.
got to catch the vapors. So,
That's a good
I
dress.
heard a
though.
lot. I heard a
Should've
lot
got it,
worse
It's
about
a good dress.
Latin women on the streets. That was absolutely tame.
And then I remember seeing Bill O'Reilly had a meltdown about it too.
what was Bill O'Reilly's meltdown about it?
Oh, yeah. I'll see if I can find it on Twitter. But he was getting all huffy and puffy about it, talking shit about Alex, saying it was disgusting and all that. And I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Send Ed the link. Send him the link.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's in my profile somewhere.
So, of course,
Well,
my
the
references
worst-
to breakfast tacos this week have increased 10,000%.
Diversity of this community, as distinct as the Bogotas of the Bronx, as beautiful as the blossoms of Miami,
Bogota, Colombia.
and as unique as the breakfast tacos here in San Antonio.
Yes. I heard that you pronounced that wrong, but I did not
Bogotas,
realize.
yes.
In private chat. Papa Bear's little ranty. Yeah.
God, I didn't realize.
Yes,
Papa
the
Bear's
Bogotas, the
Bogotas.
Bogotas of New York.
I'm a person. Look at me being a person. The Bogotas. Jesus.
Some loon stalked and insulted Congresswoman Ocasio-Cortez, then posted it. This has to stop. We need new laws to protect public officials and others. We need them now. This is a conservative gentleman who wants laws to protect politicians from mean words.
Quote unquote conservative, yes.
Yes.
Isn't he the same man who got fired for sexual harassment?
Exactly. He's trying to rebrand.
Feminist.
So, fuck Bill O'Reilly.
Jesus Christ.
Bill O'Reilly hasn't been relevant for about 6 years.
Exactly.
Big Bill.
You should stick to auto parts.
And somehow,
of course, because he's all on podcasts now, so it's just rockauto.com.
Yeah, and it's insane to me how all the replies and tweets are actually agreeing with him. I'm like, this is Bill fucking O'Reilly. This was the #1 target of Stephen Colbert and Jon Stewart way back when, and somehow the progressives are agreeing with him.
Oh, the progressives will agree with anybody who agrees with them at this time, and that's it.
I know. I just like it's fucking Bill O'Reilly of all people. Come on.
They've got no they've zero ethics.
No.
Like, yeah, but Bill, this is the world AOC wants to live in. She loves the sort of behavior that makes others uncomfortable, which is exactly right. The whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Hang on, I've got to do it in my AOC voice. The whole point of protesting is to make people uncomfortable. Activists take that discomfort with status quo and oh god, I can't do it.
That's making me
and advocate for concrete policy changes. Popular support often starts small and grows. To folks who complain, protest demands make others uncomfortable. That's the point.
I mean, she technically has a point there.
Absolutely, she is 100% correct here. I agree with AOC. The point of protest is to make people uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm. You just can't do it.
She is correct.
Yes.
The problem is she's also a fucking hypocrite.
Mm-hmm.
So, of course, the wonderful Sarah Gonzalez. Protect them from what? Bill being spoken to, which is exactly.
And then,
Tim, are you trying to wade through a sea of beer cans or something?
No, I wouldn't. Why would I do that? I'm not doing that. Don't. I'm not doing such a thing. Why would you think me in such a way? I'm not doing that.
And of course, AOC agrees with us as well. She agrees that the Supreme Court should have nothing to do with abortion.
Oh, that was amazing. That was the
best. For the Supreme Court to not have the authority.
Yeah, no shit.
Over abortion, which is exactly what the Supreme Court said.
To be fair, this account is maintained by federal staff to share services and legislation.
That's right. This is actually the Rep AOC account, and not the AOC
staff
account.
are more intelligent than AOC.
No, the staff are probably the ones who wrote this tweet, which is why the staff are probably more fucking retarded than her.
She did sign on. She signed onto the letter, so I'm assuming she read it.
I'm so glad Nick replied to this because I was like, "Are you fucking retarded?"
Everybody is called her out on this, not just Nick. Like, everybody.
It's been quite tweeted up the arse.
This is so bad that everybody fucking says, "Hey, you stupid bitch." This is what the fucking SCOTUS actually
look, this person doesn't get it. I didn't get the result I wanted, so I must change the structure of comment. No, she's complaining that she got the result she wanted.
Exactly.
But yes, from
thing is
hot
that
breakfast tacos.
You can't just strip the judge's ability to judge. Actually, yes, you can.
Yeah, watch me.
You actually can.
They do it all the time. It's called mandatory minimums. They love doing it.
But there are actually smaller way. There are small circumstances where you actually can remove SCOTUS jurisdiction, apparently. So it's like, yeah. But if you do that, you get the same result, as we all know.
Yeah. Of course, on the topic of abortion.
Fucking hell! This just keeps getting weirder and weirder.
Yes, we all heard about the story that we all just assumed was too weird to be true.
Said it was made up. I'll own that. I said it was made up.
Yeah, I didn't believe it. I was like, yeah, this sounds like total bullshit.
Yep.
And then we find out that it was it was true, and a Columbus man did it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a man from Columbus, Ohio.
Ah, yes,
Not actually,
from Columbus.
Sorry, a man who lives in Columbus, Ohio, from Guatemala.
Yeah,
named Gerson Fuentes.
Fair
it was actually
doing this as well.
Oh, saying it's a Columbus man. It's a very interesting framing around this story.
Yeah.
Was it Farron or Megan that broke?
Megan pushed it.
Was
saying,
pushing
why
the story.
Is there no investigation?
She's like, this is weird. There's been no investigation. Everybody doesn't seem to know. This feels like a hoax. And then the Washington Post basically stole her story. And funnily enough, the Washington Post got shit on more about it than she did.
Yeah, because the truth is not something that you should be proud of reporting on. It's not an own to the right.
Strange the left does that kind of thing.
Yeah. So, but yes, he's got a $2 million bond. So I'm sure some liberal organization is raising that $2 million now.
Yeah.
But I think the assumption now is that
he shouldn't have a bail.
He shouldn't be in the country.
There shouldn't be a bond at all.
I have a bail because he should be nailed to the wall by now.
Yeah. First, Tim is correct. He shouldn't be in the country. And Dave is correct. There shouldn't be a fucking bail.
Yeah.
Why am I not correct? He should be dead. He's 5'3".
Well, we can solve all three of these at once. Well, we can do all these at once, though, Thermo. We can put him on a chopper, dump him in the middle of the Pacific into international waters. So not only is he not in the United States, he didn't get bail, and now he's dead.
Yeah. Well,
bail,
he just gets bailed out of a chopper.
Out of the helicopter.
Yeah.
Yep.
I don't want to waste
no life jacket. Just
time to a fucking buoy.
Concrete shoes, out of a chopper, into the ocean,
look,
into international waters.
This is the stuff that happens when you have communities of illegal immigrants.
Columbus
feel like
Columbus is a sanctuary city.
Yeah, very what's it called? What's the word I'm looking for? Isolated from mainstream community.
Yeah.
In that the support structures that normal communities have aren't there. They're worried about going to the police because they're illegal.
Just the whole cultural,
which they should be. But yeah, but if this kid's 10 years old,
if this motherfucker is a coyote, though, really.
Well, the coyotes tend to go back across the border because that's what makes them money.
No, he's apparently did you see the interview? Did we not?
Coyotes integrate themselves in different families throughout the country. They become Uncle Jose and whatnot. And the way they do that is that the cartels and other people in Mexico are actually holding the family for ransom or basically blackmail. That's how they integrate themselves. They become essentially adopted family members. I know this specifically because I have a couple of cousins and uncles that were never part of my family. They were never born in or married in. So
are they coyotes?
Yeah.
Wow. Hey, Dave, can you give me a number on how much a small Asian woman costs? I don't want to fuck her. I just want a masseuse. How much does that cost? She can just live in my house. No weird. Just masseuse.
Do I not have one on Amazon?
I couldn't even begin to tell you that because I
call the coyotes. Ask them, and then link me.
A coyote.
But that
She'll have a nice.
story,
I'll feed her and everything, but I'm gonna need the massages like every day.
just in exchange for housework. That story gets even worse though.
How's that worse?
Okay,
has a
first of
job.
all, no, hold on. So yes, he's an illegal immigrant. He has confessed to the rape. Apparently, he's the mother's boyfriend.
Oh,
And apparently, allegedly, the mother is now pregnant with this child.
oh, Jesus
Oh,
Christ!
the mother is.
Yeah, Matt Christensen covered this yesterday.
I gotta go be a hero to these fucking South American women. I need to just step in. Like,
according to neighbors, the mother is in a relationship with Senor Fuentes, and she is now pregnant with this child. The 10-year-old has had an abortion apparently, so that the 10-year-old's child has been terminated, understandably. But apparently the mother is in a relationship and is also pregnant with his child. But he went to the police. He confessed. He's being charged with rape, etc. But yeah, that story actually gets even worse. And it turns out that Biden lied because the child did not have to leave Ohio to get an abortion. The Ohio Attorney General went on.
Lied about that.
Everybody lied about it. The Ohio Attorney General went on Jesse Waters, I think, and outright said, "Hey, we have an exemption in Ohio still about this." So the child did not have to go to Indiana. It's very more likely that the doctor covered the story up. Apparently, she reported the rapist's age as 17 instead of 27.
Jesus.
Well, it's probably because he was so short.
Possibly.
Fucking hell.
Yeah, Phil, that's exactly right.
Yeah. They were absolutely happy to get that story, which is absolutely ghoulish.
Yep.
But the fact that the unfortunate facts for them was that it's an illegal immigrant.
Yes. Exactly.
The
That
mother,
is
what's
not
the mother
known like the
It's
left
a
wants
family
it
of
to be.
illegals.
Yes.
Ah.
I don't know if the mother and daughter are illegals, but there is an illegal.
I think it's a safe.
Good money.
It's a safe bet.
Good money on it. Yeah, it's Columbus.
Yep.
But that hasn't been confirmed. But yeah.
When I rent houses, you need need proof of proof of a job. You need your social security number. These illegals don't have that. How the fuck are these people getting these houses? Like, how do you live in?
Well,
I don't know.
I've rented rooms with no real background.
You're in Australia. You're not a real.
Well, I think Tim
That's
said
what I was going to say.
Columbus is a sanctuary city too.
It is. So like they're all under the table anyway.
Yeah. So there's
I've
probably
rented,
rules.
I've rented
There's
places
probably-
under the table. People just Asian landlords who want just paying cash and
Yeah.
No, I'm
not going to real estate or anything like that.
Do you have any connections, Tim? I need some connections.
Well,
I wish I had connections.
There's always the same connection that I was just speaking about. They could have connections to the cartels get them in as a family of someone else that they're not related to, and those people are actually citizens, and thus do the paperwork that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's how it
Dave,
works.
do the Coyotes ever get the Asian girls? Like, do they ever get the masseuses? And you're related to Coyotes. Like, do they?
They probably do.
Why
There's a lot of sex
would be bringing
trafficking
in Asian masseuses.
I'm not even looking for sex trafficking. I just need my muscles are
Coyotes,
calcified. I'm a very beat up man.
In Hispanic immigrants because it's easier to blend in with the group.
Sure, just get me a number. Just call them up and get me a number, okay?
I just think it would be funny
I specifically stay away from people that I have the assumption that they don't belong. I just don't do it.
Float them a note. Just send them like a little note in the mail. Give them my fucking email.
I think it'd be funny to be a fly on the wall in during Tim's FBI interview. No, it wasn't about sex. I just needed a masseuse.
Interrogation.
Tim, just move to Nevada and then you're fine.
Yeah.
No, I don't. I just
go greer it up.
I don't even look.
Yeah, Cam, just gear up.
Requirement. I'm just really beat up. I'm very damaged human being. I need.
I mean, since Backpage was shut down, I don't really know where you find things like that in the US anymore.
I'm trying. I'm getting connections. Catnip Dave knows fucking Coyotes. I'm just trying. You know.
You don't know coyotes. They just know of coyotes and how they how they
You just
work.
said coyotes. You just I don't know coyotes.
I
just
have
know
family
coyotes.
members that aren't my family because that's how they
Because
work.
they're coyotes. Just give them a fucking send them a fucking kite for me. Just
give them Tam's number and have them get in touch.
Yes. Preferably Colombian women, if I have a choice.
That's sweet Colombian breast milk.
I'll pay them a decent wage. All my money except what I need to eat. They can have all of it. I don't care.
Anyway.
Oh my
Moving
god!
along.
Not this one. Holy shit!
I think the Senate has been holding hearings into abortion.
Is that wrong? I don't think it's wrong.
And it got weird.
I won't spoil that one. Yeah, this is.
I'll share. We'll do the whole thing. This is
strap in, boys.
It's like a 6-minute one from that Josh Hawley put on his channel, which is just great.
With the crazy eyed woman.
Yeah, and the fucking hilarious thing is everybody's claiming victory. The left is saying the left thinks this makes them look amazing. Yes. and Josh Hawley's look at me dismantle this insane woman. So.
Josh Hawley destroys liberal woman with facts and logic.
Here. Before I want to visit with you, Ms. Metsky, but before I do, I just want to one thing up. Professor Bridges, you said sometimes you've used the phrase, I want to make sure I understand what you mean by it. You've referred to people with a capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy.
Fuck off with your cis nonsense.
There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
So this is...
God, they're crazy. Oh, I fucking love it. Wait, she took that mask off.
Bun, mask, the septum piercing.
Yeah.
Oh, she has that? I can't see that.
3 guesses where she teaches.
Why do you have better resolution than I do? I don't.
Berkeley, Berkeley. You
said
Berkeley.
Berkeley.
As always.
Oh, I could do it.
Rights issue. It's
we can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive.
I love when leftists are so fucking high and tidy.
She's just so smug about
it. Oh yeah, they think I'm totally right.
Yeah, Swizz guy, you're spot on.
Let me explain this to you, Senator Holly.
Smug.
I'm a professor. I know what I'm talking about.
Yeah, that doesn't play well anywhere.
Especially not against Josh Hawley of all people.
Yeah,
he does not give a.
He'll play the shucks and dismantle you. The guy's a prosecutor.
Yeah, exactly.
He's a prosecutor.
He is.
Yeah, I think he was
absolutely.
I hate him.
I think he was a U.S. attorney.
Yeah, if you're going to be a politician, you should be a lawyer first.
Yeah. Especially in these situations where you have to because
now I also
fundamentally I think the problem is these professors go into these hearings and think I'm smarter than this podunk Republican senator.
Yeah, you're not smarter than an actual doctor, of which a lawyer is a doctor. They have a Juris Doctor.
Yeah.
Yeah.
View is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning.
Because,
so we can't talk about it.
Because
I just want to note and draw attention to the sincerity in his voice.
I love Josh.
It's not. There's no venom there. It's just oh, really?
He's talking. He knows he's talking to a 5-year-old mentally.
Exactly. He's talking to her like an idiot.
Oh, I never said doctors are smart. I'm just saying that lawyers are actual doctors. They have a doctorate degree. I never said they're smart.
Yeah, doctors can be idiots.
Nick will also support
sometimes.
This.
We all have infinite capacity for stupidity.
Indeed.
Yeah, look at me. I'm fucking great
that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist.
This shits me. If you say that trans women aren't women, you're denying trans people exist. But that's ridiculous. I'm literally saying trans people exist because they're trans people. If you say trans women are women, you're denying trans people exist.
This subject is about birthing people, right? So trans women are not birthing people because they don't have the capacity to do so. Trans men, male to female transitioning, woman to male transitioning, would be the birthing person in this case. She's talking about the other way around.
Yeah.
So
it's
Holly. Well, so Holly's brought up the point that they have removed the word woman and are replacing it with person capable of birth or whatever,
birthing
whatever,
person, yes.
yeah, whatever it was. And he's pulling the standard conservative, what was considered normal positioning. Why don't we just say woman?
He's 2 steps away from what is a woman.
Yeah, exactly. Why don't we just say woman? And then this is where the whole trans argument comes in.
And this is fundamentally the problem is for the entirety of the existence of Roe and even before, this has been a woman's issue. Abortion is a woman's health issue.
Correct. People who don't have uteruses
you don't know
have
what
no
it's like
say.
to have a womb. You have no issue in this fight.
Yeah, exactly.
Good.
If you don't
Then
have
Roe
a
still
womb,
gets
you don't get to have an
overturned.
opinion. No uterus, no opinion.
That's right.
So, okay, fair enough. But then this logic kind of falls apart.
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about.
Are you?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No.
Repetitive shouting is Homo sapien barking. It's how humans bark.
I don't want to say German Shepherd, but we'll say it German Shepherd.
Well, yeah. shout out to Direct.
Yes. Obligatory shout out.
I don't think so.
So you're denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence?
Thank
Is this how
you.
run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you, or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're told that they're opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You
This
should
is
join.
not a college
You might learn a
classroom.
lot.
Shut the fuck up.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot
I
just in
know.
this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary. Ms. Matsky, let me ask you something. So, you provide health care to women free of charge, right? Is that right?
Absolutely.
You've done this for many years. You have licensed medical professionals at your pregnancy care centers. Is that right?
That is correct.
What are some of the resources that you provide for women who come to you in a time of need? Just give us you talked about it in your written testimony, but just give us a sense of it.
So we have 3 OBGYN doctors, 5 registered nurses, nurse practitioners, physician assistants, phlebotomists, medical assistants, and we provide prenatal care,
Phlebotomists are people who
OBGYN.
take samples.
Yeah, people who give you
phlebotomist
injections
is,
and take blood.
The lab technician.
Yeah, phlebotomy.
Yeah, they're lab techs, but they specialize in taking samples, blood, etc.
The people who can always find your vein.
Yeah,
They are
fucking
good.
Yep.
Whoa,
a good
my
phlebotomist
fucking
is
house
great.
Just put on the tourniquet, wrap it nice and fucking tight.
My wife has veins that just disappear.
Yeah.
And
mine
many a
literally
doctor, many doctors struggle to the point where we've had attendings go and get like the ultrasound machine. So
Yeah,
they can eyeball it.
Just give me a fucking adrenaline shot. Just go straight in the fucking heart and then take the blood that way. Full Pulp Fiction, straight through the sternum. Boom.
Just 2 or 3 weeks ago, during my surgery, they were having problems because my veins would roll in the middle of them putting the needles in. So they had to get like 2 people from the lab to come actually find and get the leads for them.
They'd hold your squishy ass veins in place.
And care. We provide pregnancy tests, ultrasounds, well woman visits, breast exams. We provide a wide range of medical services.
So they provide a wide range of medical services, and yet in these states where abortion is now banned, I'm doing air quotes, they're shutting down. But I thought only 3% of their work was abortions.
Yep.
Oh, I have so much to say about being fucking ICU. I have so much to say about it.
I can't relate.
Yes.
I've never
So,
been.
what do you think about the DC politicians now saying that your clinic and the other 3,000 pregnancy care centers around this country
That's
are
a care centers
fake
law. I thought she was from
medical
Planned Parenthood.
clinics. For instance, Senator Warren has said it's now more important than ever to crack down on so-called crisis pregnancy centers that mislead and deceive patients. Senator Menendez, crisis pregnancy centers jeopardize women's health and well-being, all while elevating
cadence is
unproven
fantastic.
theories about birth control. Senator
Very
Warner
clever.
wrote to Google asking them to censor search results for care centers like yours, saying directing women to fake clinics that traffic in misinformation is dangerous to women's health and undermines the integrity of Google's search results. Do you run a fake clinic? I mean, is that what's happening here? You don't provide actual medical care to actual women?
We absolutely do not run a fake clinic, and we have a full medical staff. Like I said, many of our medical professionals have experienced abortion for themselves, including our OBGYN doctor who used to perform abortions. So our entire medical staff is there for women, whether they choose abortion and walk out the door or whether they choose life for their baby, and we support them for years after that.
Do you think there ought to be an ideological test to be able to get medical care in this country? I mean, should we say to women, well, you have to agree with the DC Democrats' ideology, otherwise you can't go get medical care? Or maybe for you and the physicians who work at your pregnancy care center or the thousands of others across the country, should we impose an ideological test on them and say that, well, you have to agree with the DC Democrats' position on abortion or you can't provide medical care to women? Should we do that in this country?
Absolutely not.
I just want to ask in my few remaining seconds here, Ms. Harley, the Dobbs decision, as I understand it, I've read it now a number of times, it gives to voters the decision as to what laws should be pertaining to life and pertaining to abortion in all 50 states and other jurisdictions around the country. I'm just curious, do you know what percentage of voters in this country support the DC Democrats' position that they want to impose on the entire country, a one-size-fits-all rule they want to impose from the top down? Do you know what percentage of voters support their position, which is also, by the way, the same position taken by North Korea and China, other notable violators of human rights? Do you know what percentage it is?
That's not a fair
I
question.
know that nearly 90% of Americans oppose abortion in the third trimester. The number that would support abortion up to the moment of birth has to be minuscule. It's a horrific policy.
Yeah, I mean, based on the most recent Harvard poll that was just released just a few days ago, less than 10% of voters say that they would support abortion into the final month of pregnancy, and yet that is the law that the DC politicians want to impose on every voter in America, to take this away from the people, take it away from my state, take it away from all the other states and the voters in the states, but impose this law uniformly that is not supported by 90% of the American people. Talk about anti-democratic. At the same time, they want to shut down 3,000 pregnancy care centers all around this country. That's radical. Thank you for being here.
Tubular.
I hate how they cut it off so quick. It just annoys me.
Yeah, it's always a good point. Because a lot of the focus is on like abortion up to birth. 90% of Americans agree with that abortion should be allowed, and well, yeah, that's true. Most Americans agree that abortion should be allowed up to a point, and that point is not birth. That point is not the third trimester. That point is no longer 20 weeks. So unless
last I checked, the general idea
the Democrats
was
could probably get a bill passed if they actually were reasonable, but they can't be reasonable because they rely on their activist work.
They can't
too much.
You'll never get 38 states to ratify a 12-week bill anyway.
Well, they don't have to ratify it. They only have to ratify.
Well, if you want to make an amendment, I guess.
Yeah, you only need that for an amendment. A federal law will do it. So.
But the federal law is unconstitutional because it's a state.
No,
thing.
there's never been a federal law. The Roe was unconstitutional. Roe just used the 14th Amendment to pull this right from thin air.
Yeah.
Which has always been it's always been ridiculous.
But but
there's nothing in the spirit of the 14th Amendment or the text
but there's
or even
nothing in
the
the Constitution.
founders' writings that even indicated that there was an explicit right. There's not an enumerated right to.
But because of that,
abortion.
doesn't that mean that a federal law would be unconstitutional? Because there's nothing. It comes under 10th Amendment.
But the 9th Amendment says that the federal government gets to write laws that cover the states. The 10th Amendment just says anything that the feds don't claim is reserved for the states.
Yeah, anything not expressly.
Anything not expressly
by the Constitution is given to the people. Yeah, so you're going to have a 9th versus 10th Amendment argument.
Yeah, that's right. And the 9th is pretty clear. Oh, good, you're not paying. You're pouring a drink. I was like, damn it, Tim.
Judging so much. I've learned my lessons. I can't pick up my cans. I can't fucking do anything.
I don't know if you guys have seen this video.
Judgy boys.
No judgment. Just
I had a lot of things to say about this conversation, but you all into it, so I'm.
Oh no, go no. Yeah, I understand where everyone's coming from now. So
yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen this guy.
Send Ed the link. I want to hear if Ed's an actual black person.
I don't.
He's not. I guarantee it.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys have seen this testimony. It's from an abortion doctor, and it just FYI, it's pretty harrowing. He doesn't perform abortions anymore. Like he lost a child in an accident, and from that day he just couldn't do it anymore. And now he's anti-abortion. But he describes the process, and it is fucking harrowing. So if you like, just shout out if you can't handle it anymore.
Anthony Levatino. Dr. Levatino is a board-certified obstetrician gynecologist. Over his career, Dr. Levatino has practiced obstetrics and gynecology in both private and university settings, including as an associate professor of OBGYN at the Albany Medical College. And Dr. Levatino, we'll begin with you. Welcome.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. I only have 5 minutes, so I'm going to get right to it. Second trimester D&E abortions performed between roughly 14 and 24 weeks of gestation. Your patient today is 17 years old. She's 22 weeks pregnant. Her baby is the length of your hand plus a couple of inches. And she's been feeling her baby kick for the last several weeks, but she's asleep on an operating room table. You walk into that operating room scrubbed and gowned, and after removing laminaria, you introduce a suction catheter into the uterus. This is a 14 French suction catheter. If she were...
This is very detailed.
How many weeks did he say?
22.
He was like
20.
You're not alive, and then like in 2 months later, apparently you're getting sucked out because you're kicking or something.
I mean, you can already feel pain.
I was born at 24 weeks.
Yeah,
I was born at 38.
I was
2 weeks
my
late.
twin in the womb, and I'm twice the person I should have been.
Yeah.
And my brother was
For
like
12
23.
weeks pregnant or less, basically the width of your hand or smaller, you could basically do the entire procedure with this. But babies this big don't fit through catheters this size. After suctioning the amniotic fluid out from around the baby, you introduce an instrument called a Sofer clamp. It's about 13 inches long. It's made of stainless steel. The business end of this clamp is about 2.5 inches long and 1/2 inch wide. There are rows of sharp teeth. This is a grasping instrument. When it gets a hold of something, it does not let go. A D&E procedure is a blind abortion, so picture yourself introducing this and grabbing anything you can blindly and pull, and I do mean hard, and out pops a leg about that big, which you put down on the table next to you.
Yep.
Oh, he's against this. He's against
He's
it.
100% against
it.
Like,
He's done it,
and I think people need to hear this. I think people need to hear what these like.
I think most people don't care,
but most people don't know.
and that's
They hear it and they think, "Oh, I take a pill."
most people do take
And
a pill. But
most
there's a
abortions
good
are
amount.
these things.
Yeah.
But what people and
fucking
these things like that's not getting banned.
No, that's right.
This is what people have. This is what the majority of people have a problem with.
Yeah.
And if they knew what it involved, everybody would have a problem.
I thought most abortions were medical, as in medicinal. Sorry.
Yeah, most abortions.
But there's still a good amount. There's like 35% that are this.
Most abortions are
No, most
by
abortions
pill,
are,
like a pill or an abortificant.
Because it's so early on in the pregnancy.
Right.
But at this point, yes, this is how it's done.
And this is how it's done on something that is like it's a living baby.
Yeah, it could actually be C-sectioned at 22.
Yeah,
23.
it can be C-sectioned. It can be, in some cases, be
Elb
given
says you can only take the pill up to 10 weeks.
full birth. It does have fillings. It does feel the pain. It has the nerve
It has
endings.
it has brain activity. It can feel pain. It has a nervous system, a cardiovascular system. It has everything there. It just needs to be supported.
My big, and it's like people used to say this all the time, like, well, it's it's not a person or whatever, it's not a thing, and I used to kind of subscribe to that, but like I've seen my buddy's children, and like he's got like 4 now, and he named one after me or whatever, and they all have, from the moment they fucking came out, which I would say it probably fucking translate to before they came out, there's a specific personality that they've all had. Like his first kid is very fucking when he came out the fucking womb, this kid had a fucking scowl on his face. He's like he's like from the moment, and he's been that way ever since. This kid's thinking, he's always contemplating. Second kid he had, firecracker, battle boy, fucking fight, destroy, break, crush.
Yeah. I have a nephew just like that.
He was born. Like the fucking moment that this kid came out the womb, he was totally different than the other kid. I was there for both of them, and these kids are totally like, this is the thing. Like it's not like you can say like, oh, they're not people until whatever. No, they have a personality instantly, and it's born into them from the start, and it's weird. I don't like it because I don't want it to be like that, because in my personal, I'd prefer it wasn't, but it clearly is. They are something unique. They're not just a fucking blank slate.
They are genetically different. The moment that the ovum and the sperm meet together, there's a new DNA sequence being created. They are physically, biologically unique at the moment of conception. But
biologically is a thing, but like it's like
that develops into emotional as well, because of how their brain and all that forms. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Once that DNA starts to develop, their personality begins to develop, and they are completely unique. And yeah, I don't have kids, but my view on abortion changed when my nephews were born. Absolutely, because it hit me, because I have kids that are so close to me.
Yeah.
Even if they're not my own, like it totally changed my view. Yeah, I was all for second trimester. Oh, it's just a clump of cells. Like I was very liberal with it, with my cousins having kids and all that, because I'm not close to them, but having kids that I'm close to. Yeah, no, my view completely changed. It actually started to click. Holy shit. No, you can't abort this child at 20 weeks.
No,
you can't abort this child at 26. Well, you shouldn't, rather. Like, why would you do that? No, this child could have been delivered.
I mean, I'd have no problem ending a lot of people, but I mean, the thing is, like, it's like they don't deserve that. They deserve a chance to not, to be a person that's, hey, did you make a shit decision? You need to die, or you not? Like, they deserve the chance.
Yeah, of course, unless you have Down syndrome, in which case, hope you're not born in Iceland, because you won't be fucking born.
Downies are.
You won't be born in Iceland. You will be killed.
You got to have like a real retardism to be like fucking snuffed out.
Yeah.
No, Downs is in Iceland. Like they will test you, and if they detect the marker, they will terminate you. You will not be born. Like Iceland is full eugenicist in that regard.
Wow. Jesus.
Yeah. No, you don't get born with Down syndrome in Iceland, basically, or Finland, I think.
So worry about
I might be wrong on Finland. People can correct that. Check me on it. But there are places that will just no.
Well, of course,
not letting those people be born.
It's important we use inclusive language, though. So
don't use mongoloid. Bad.
Oh. It is exclusionary.
But yes, so there's a
mongoloid is an inclusive term.
Don't call Elle mongoloid. She doesn't like it.
Because
Caucasoid.
It's all genders.
Caucasoid is fun. That's fun. It makes me feel like a fucking like Godzilla creature. Like you're a Caucasoid.
Caucasoid.
Hold on, Caucasoid. I love it.
Caucasoid.
But yes, this thread was funny to me because they're calling to use gender inclusive language.
That's why they're saying women.
They always do.
Yeah, exactly. So, and this is the problem. This has been the narrative for years.
Can we live now? Lie, Thermalite. Click it.
Sorry.
Click the live tweet for your reply. And say, "Go fuck yourself."
No, I don't give these people the time of day.
Yeah, but it's. Fun.
But yes, it's. And apparently this is bad. Like I don't get it. They're just gonna
love that shit.
They're gonna eat them. They're gonna eat themselves.
Fuck SCOTUS, we're doing it anyway.
Yeah,
we're only like fucking 6 months away from saying like, oh, it's good if I eat my baby. Okay.
No, actually, it's really good for you.
Yeah, there's a lot of protein in that baby. I've been trying with women on blowjobs forever.
Cannibalism is the new veganism.
I don't fucking get it. It's unfortunate.
Eat the person's bigot. Speaking of strange conspiracy to make us all eat bugs, we all remember last week and Boris resigning.
What happened there? Why don't we have a British person?
He's gone, and something I noticed. Someone pointed out on
someone
Twitter
get Alex.
There's been a lot of weird things. So the PM of Israel resigned, which is strange. Okay. The Macron lost his parliamentary election the other day, and now there's calls for him to resign after betraying France, and so he was defeated for the first time since the elections. They wanted to demand travellers show proof of vaccination or a negative COVID test when entering France, and the National Assembly said no.
Is that a thing that happened?
Yeah. They lost. They wanted to do mandatory testing or a proof of vaccination for entry, and the National Assembly said no.
Yeah, and apparently it's like third paragraph. The far right, the hard left, and the right wing all united against Macron.
Yeah, if I'd had time, I would have put together one of the epic handshake memes.
Yes, with the Knights of the Round Table. Yes,
but yes, they all joined forces and beat back this Macron's bill. I don't know why his party lost, considering he won the election. But I guess the election was between him and National Rally, which is Le Pen's party. So I guess if she wins next time, it'll be third time a charm.
She won't. It's too hard for split between.
And then also the Secretary General of OPEC passed away suddenly in the middle of the night.
Oh, was he murdered by the Clintons?
I have no idea. Apparently, he didn't have information on the Clintons, but yeah, he died, and the Italian Prime Minister resigned.
His resignation is rebuffed by the president.
Sorry, I should have said he tried to resign. He tried to resign, and the president said no. Go back.
Yeah, Italy's one of those weird places that has both president and prime minister.
Yes, yeah. So yeah, he tried to resign to the president. The president said no. Go back and try and fix your coalition because we're not having another election.
Yeah.
So yeah, who the hell knows what's happening there? Estonia's prime minister resigns and disbanded the government because she wasn't happy with her coalition. So she's
I just want to know how that
started
works.
another one. I don't know what's going on right now. So
what works? How
fucking
works, Tim?
libertarians would love
Oh,
it.
hello, mommy. Hello, mommy.
Government.
I thought Tim would like this. This
Yeah.
is Estonia's
I'll
first
take
female prime minister.
My glorious Eastern European hot president mum.
Looks very flat in front, but she looks good.
Estonia's in the Baltic, So
Baltic.
Is that still is
there.
that Eastern European or does that sort of move into Scandinavian?
Ask the European.
She certainly looks Scandinavian.
So it says northern.
They don't even like Poland. Like they hate all the like Europe is France and like Germany and that's it. In Italy, that's Europe. These fuckers
Northern
don't
Europe
care at all about these people.
is bordered to the north by the Gulf of Finland, to the west by the Baltic Sea, to the south by Latvia, and to the east by Russia. So Eastern Europe. Yeah.
They're in a fun spot. Yeah.
Yeah.
So yes, and so
Russia cheats. It's half Europe and half Asia.
Yeah, exactly.
That's right. Yes. And of course, Ivana Trump fell down the stairs this week, and was found unconscious. So the officials believe it was an accident, and I think they did their investigation and declared it an accident. So
she Kate Moss.
Yeah. Yes, she fell down the stairs, and there was nothing to see there. So.
What is it with these people and dying falling down the stairs? I do it all the time.
She's old. That's common.
Have you ever looked at all the deaths in Russia? They're all defenestration, thrown out windows. It's fucking hilarious. Like, I respect the shit out of the Russians. They're like, oh, this scientist fell out of a fucking window. Well, that makes it 12 scientists this week. Weird. Like, no, we're throwing your ass out the window. It's like, people aren't falling out of the window. It's like, we want you to know you're getting thrown your ass out the window. Like, that's what's going to happen. I always love Russia for that shit. Like, they don't make jokes about it. Like, oh, yeah, you've been killed in this very obvious way. Like, oh, it was an accident. Everybody knows what happened. Like,
yes, comrade, he had an unfortunate falling accident. He fell out of window.
It's never been a joke. It's never been like really. They're not because everybody knows.
Where did Ivana Trump flee from?
I think it was Latvia,
Switzerland, or something.
I think she was born in Latvia.
I think she was Latvia.
Latvia or Estonia. It's one of the Eastern Bloc Nordic countries.
Yeah.
Trump's originally what is it? Not Russian.
His family's from Germany.
Czechia. She's in the Czech Republic.
That's right. Yeah.
So she's
Czechia. I appreciate your quality pronunciation of Czechia. That was very good.
Czechia.
You're good at that. I like how you guys put a lot of
effort into pronunciation. Yes.
Doing this. I just call them the fucking Czechs.
Check, please.
Check, please.
That's such a lame old joke. Yes, police say he fell down the elevator shaft onto some bullets.
Yes.
Had unfortunate lead poisoning.
Fell down shaft to radium.
In Russia, you don't fall downstairs. Stairs fall on you.
Stairs fall on you.
Off to Gulag with you. Put it in H.
Put it in H. What country is this from? It no longer exists. But take it for a test drive and you'll agree.
It's very nice.
Very nice in there. So yes, over to the unstructured portion.
Based Ken Akamatsu, yes.
Based Ken Akamatsu.
Yeah.
Won his election, so he's the first manga artist elected to the Japanese government.
Glorious.
So Tim's going to be moving soon.
Oh fuck no! You still couldn't pay me to move to Japan.
couldn't pay you to live in the.
Look, I was once a silly little weeb in my teenage years, thinking I'll go to Japan and teach English. Then one of my friends actually did it, and you work like a slave.
Yes, what's it called? Salaryman.
Salaryman is
salaryman.
Salaryman is just like an office worker, just a normal corporate bitch. But no, young impressionable people think they're going to go to Japan and earn a lot of money, and then they go over and they, as an English teacher, and then they get paid absolutely nothing.
Yes.
They work like a slave.
Yep.
Fuck that. Yeah, that's Swiss quiz. It's already bad enough.
I don't want to pay a dime. I just want to go to Japan and
I mean, I'd love to go to Japan. When I finally start going overseas, I will go to Japan just to have a holiday. But I could never live there.
I'll just show up for free as long as I have like a house to live in.
Good luck with that.
Or like a place to crash.
So, yes. So Swizga, that was out Japan or Australia.
Yeah, it's already bad enough here. So I'll just move to Florida.
No guns.
No,
but I guess I
need you to move to Michigan. I need help here. I need so much help.
Well, no guns
Michigan,
in Australia.
Tell
What about?
Sorry, Dave. What? No guns in Australia. But what about
Quigley? You know, Quigley Down Under.
Quigley's
Quigley
American.
Down Under?
He
Well, that
imported
was when
that
we
shit.
had guns.
Yeah.
Underrated movie, by the way.
Quigley Down Under.
Oops.
Tom Selleck.
Yep.
Best.
What's her name? What is her name? Best. Fuck God, she's hot.
She was in The Stand.
Very hairy woman.
Who? What?
The
She was in
female lead.
Radio City or something. What is that show?
In Quigley.
Laura San Giacomo.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
That's right.
Just
Yes.
Shoot Me.
She's stacked.
Well, yeah, she was also in Just Shoot Me. Speaking of
Yep,
shooting,
and
Was she in another Australian
Laura
movie? She was there.
character.
so that was actually a good show. That's Joe Rogan's big break.
Yes.
That's what I'm saying. Radio City. What was it called? Radio City.
It was
like-
no, it
He
was
on,
Just
he was,
Shoot Me.
he was
it
on
called.
News Radio.
News Radio. Yes.
Phil Hartman. That was Rogan.
Phil Hartman. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think it was just
Rip
Shoot
Phil
Me.
Hartman. I miss Phil Hartman.
No. Rogan was on. Was in the '90s when back in the early days of USC. Back in the '90s, that was when Rogan started on TV and News Radio. Just Shoot Me was in the 2000s, well, like
Quickly
'97 to 2003. Yeah, 'cause
Thermal,
that one
you
had,
get
yeah.
yourself a Sharps 3060. I feel like that's the name of it. It's a Sharps rifle. I need you to get a hold of that so we can do Quigley. I'm coming to Australia. We're going to figure it out.
You coming to Australia, eh?
No, I'll have to take a boat or something.
Come. Do not come.
Absolutely do not come.
He's gonna come.
I'm going to come. All right.
Well,
it's a Sharps.
I'm gonna come.
Above everything else, I'm allergic to arachnids. So
Oh, fair.
I'm saying
Definitely
far
do not
more-
come. Do not come.
That's right. Just go up to Australia Zoo. You'll have plenty. You'll be able
I bet
to
you
easily
it's-
desensitize yourself.
Yeah. Other news this week. So, of course, Ripper launched his Ripperverse
Get it, King.
comic thing, which fucking exploded.
Mm-hmm.
He
Just
what's
float
the
under the
numbers now?
bus.
Where is it?
I'm
There's
going
the
to
campaign.
Australia.
So his campaign goal was 100,000. He made $1 million in a day,
Mm-hmm.
and so far, 2.2 million. So it's fucking
That's great. It's crazy.
we have fucking revenue goal.
Mm-hmm.
How
How many
sudden
days
Ripper
remaining?
walked.
68
With
days
68
remaining.
days remaining. I'm going to sign up for sure.
I still haven't signed up yet. I mean, I'm
I've still got to sign up. So
I'm trying to
Glad you
be
guys
very,
got
very
this.
frugal right now.
of course, any discussion of it was verboten on the comics comic book
Slash comic
subreddit
books
because
and immediately.
fuck those guys.
Yep.
So
Apparently, you're supporting a hate group if you support a black creator.
yeah,
Creating
how
a
dare you
story about a black lead.
It's a
support,
56.
support black
45
creators.
The Ripperverse
Not
is
that way.
Eric
When you
July's
don't
brand
spread the
new comic book.
propaganda, everyone's got to keep the black man down.
He's making
Yeah.
his own competitor to Marvel and DC. And it's
Yep.
not crowdfunded. This is the thing. He's actually already made these books to start off
Yep.
with. And he's getting the money afterwards. It's not a crowdfunding project. He already invested it, paid people, made the product, and now he's putting it out there. And the demand is so high already.
Yes,
you cannot
Swiss
talk about
guard
it
is correct.
on
We have a venomous mammal.
forums because independent creator who is black
What kind of
is
what
a
are the
member of a
venomous
hate group.
mammals? What are the venomous
Platypus.
Platypus. I think the female has a spur.
Yeah, one of them, I think male or female, has a poisonous
Male,
spur
one
on
of
the
them,
back
yeah.
of its
Male
heel.
or female has a poisonous spur. It's not deadly, but it hurts like a bitch.
It's unfortunate.
Mhm.
So yes, Ripper's killing it, which is great. Love Ripper.
Does anyone have any real criticisms for Ripper's? I kind of do, but you know,
Really?
I'm not. Yeah, a little bit. I don't hate it. I think it's fine.
Is that because you're a brutal racist?
I mean,
maybe.
I guess
I
it
just
just
think
doesn't
the
quite
art's
appeal to
not
me.
quite great.
Well, he's got.
I don't
there's
mind
nothing
that
wrong
art
with
style.
it. There's
I
nothing
don't
wrong with
hate
it.
it. I just don't think it's like elite. Like for
No.
man's making $3 million on a fucking book.
Well,
I
he
like.
already,
I
he
used
already
to
paid
fucking
for this
pay.
out of his own pocket. That's the thing. This is before the
I paid
crowdfunding.
Rick a lot of money.
This is already paid for. This is already done in the in the can.
Yeah, he already paid for all of this. The book is produced.
Yeah,
and that's before he even started the campaign.
Yeah, this ain't no Kickstarter. Like this is just
it's the reverse.
It's
of
done
Kickstarter.
already. Hey, you want to buy?
Yeah.
I mean, it's good. I like it. I like 70s comics. So
yeah,
I don't own any.
Look, I've got some recent stuff. I've got Matt Fraction's run on Hawkeye, which is a decent run.
Yeah.
I bought a 9.4 graded issue 2 of that run the other day. So which was in Australia, so I didn't have to pay a ridiculous amount of shipping.
Yeah. I
have my eye on a 9.9 graded edition of I think it's issue 25 of volume 5 of Captain America, the one where he dies
in Civil War.
Just after Civil War.
Oh, the one where Sharon Carter
he gets
shoots
shot.
him.
Yeah,
Sharon Carter shoots him on the steps of the
White
House
where Cap dies. So
yeah, I mean, I think my biggest problem is just I'm not there's something about the way Isom's costume looks. It's just like he looks like not quite Luke Cage. He looks like really skinny soy Luke Cage. There's something a bit bland about it, but you know, it doesn't quite pick my eye, but it looks professional.
And I think here it looks a bit like if it was. I'm glad he's not bald because that'd be.
No, that's right.
Yeah.
Like I'm not trying to say like I don't think it's bad.
Not by no means.
Look, it's just because all black people look the same to us because we're brutal racists.
I know. I'm expecting him to be walking out there with the full circlet and afro like old school Luke Cage. But
it's true.
I can't tell if he's meant to be looking like Deathstroke or Geoforce or Wolverine or Mr. Terrific. Like I can't there's something about the suit. I think Avery Silman. I actually like how Avery Silman looks like out of suit.
I mean, I'm not buying
in his casual. Yaira looks a bit too much just like a generic white bitch to me.
I mean, is he really a hero? I mean,
he's not anymore. Apparently, according to the story, that's the idea: is that he's not a hero anymore.
Is he really lead in a comic book? I mean, his name doesn't even have any alliteration.
Shit, you're right.
I mean, it should be Avery Illman or Alman.
Avery Allen, yeah.
Or Steven Silman. I mean, that's how you fucking do comics. Like, come on, Eric, Jesus. So
this is all written by Eric as well. So
yeah. So from one successful thing to an absolutely failed project. Nobody wants Reaver's lightsaber.
No. Says it all.
And they had a low target too. It was only 5,000 to get it funded.
I know. Yeah.
Couldn't even do it. Like, how much are they looking to get?
I don't know.
Oh, it's not there.
Yeah, the alliteration was Stanley's thing.
Yeah, I know that was a Stanley thing. Look, yeah, but still.
Well, all I know about like Eric's, who I will never admit that his middle name isn't Derek because I want it to be Derek July. Anyway. He said a number of times that he's like floated this to like EVS and other like actual professionals, be like, "Hey, is this shit?" And apparently they think it's all good. So,
oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, you could do a hell of a lot worse.
The story is what's my main concern. Like the art it's fine, whatever.
The art is serviceable. Yeah,
it's good. It's okay. I don't love it, but it's okay. It's fine. But I really want to see like how's the story? Is it good? Are these boys just blowing smoke up Eric's ass? I just want to know.
So I mean, Eric wrote the story, so hopefully it's great.
I can't find a price, but it ran from the 27th of May. So it ran for more than a month.
Where's that? I have a lot of pictures.
Fucking optimistic.
I hate these lightsabers.
Limit 5 per customer.
Yeah. Sure, for one more time. What
Jesus.
Reva? This kind of lightsaber was introduced in Rebels anyway.
Yeah.
Reva's not the first. Reva is not the first.
Didn't Darth Maul have this same thing?
Darth Maul had the
Well, yeah,
double-bladed lightsaber. It's the ring around it that's the new design that folds out and lets the wielder spin it around. If I remember from Rebels.
Yeah, it does.
And
yeah.
it folds up into more of a rapier-style handguard, as you see on the side. But this was originated by Sarah Michelle Gellar's character in Rebels. She also played the third
Michelle
sister.
Gellar was a Star Wars character?
In Rebels, the cartoon, yes.
When was General
She played another Inquisitor who has the identical same kind of lightsaber. I can't remember. I don't remember she was the third or the ninth sister, but Freddie Prinze Jr. was the main character in that, or the deuteragonist.
You guys, well, look, we need to fucking just let this shit burn.
Yes,
this is not acceptable anymore. Freddie Prinze Jr., Sarah Michelle Gellar. No, we just need to cut it loose. It's over.
Well, they don't get a lot of work anymore. That's why they're doing voice work.
Don't care. Don't care. They don't deserve any work.
Count Dooku's was more of a rapier.
Okay.
This is more of a
more of a traditional saber. When used as a single blade, it's more of just a traditional saber, broadsword, full fronted handguard, small sword kind of thing.
Yeah.
Saber and broadsword don't work together very well.
No. Like Scottish broadsword, single-handed, basket hilt. It's got a knuckle guard with a single blade, and you can fold it out, turn it into a double. You can turn it into a saber staff essentially, and the rings around it let it spin or some shit. I can't remember.
Yeah, it spins around. Like I saw a clip of it on Rebels and thought, oh, okay.
Like, why the fuck do you need to hold it? You can use the force to make it spin.
Couldn't you just let it go and spin it with the fucking force?
Yeah, exactly.
But yeah, so from a Star Wars fail to a star success.
Southern Ring Nebula?
It was a very tortured segue there.
It's fine.
So yes, this week we had the Webb. James Webb Space Telescope. Give us some amazing shots of
I feel like my
space.
career
It's like God's pollen.
Yeah. So this is the Southern Nebula. This is of course taken with Hubble, and here's the same shot taken with the James Webb Space Telescope.
You can see each individual galaxy.
Yeah, you can see these. So these are each of these little things are galaxies. So the 5-pointed lights, like the little stars, they're actually stars in the local galaxy. Everything else is outside of our galaxy.
Boys, we don't matter at all, so who gives a fuck? Let's get real weird with it.
Like absolutely astounding. Like, and here's the Carina Nebula. So here's the.
Oh man.
There's the comparison.
So
this is what Hubble took. This is what James Webb took. Like the stuff we are seeing is incredible.
A grain of sand held up on your arm's length contains more alien life than we could even dream of.
More potential alien life.
So this is the deep field. So Hubble took this photo over 2 weeks. This is the same patch of sky from James Webb in 2 hours.
So I had to look at this when my buddy was here the other day, and maybe he hadn't got to it, but each one of these oblong, slightly weird non-star shapes is an actual galaxy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So essentially, we looked
these
it up.
ones in the center, these ones that are actually sort of twisted, these are actually the same galaxy, but due to gravitational lensing, these are like aberrations in a lens. You're seeing the same galaxy split twice.
But quick point is that there were like 2.5 million or billion, I can't remember at the moment, I can't be bothered to look it up, stars in each individual galaxy.
Oh, yeah.
So you're taking the potential
thousands of galaxies.
All those dots in the background are separate galaxies. They're too small for the stars to hit us, but what we are seeing in the background, those dots are all galaxies.
So you're looking at 2,200,000. Doesn't matter what. Pick your fucking number. Pick 1,000 for each one of these. Say we're going to go on the super low. Each one of these galaxies has, or whatever they are, 2,000 stars. Okay, or billions, millions. Doesn't matter.
So this image has probably hundreds of thousands of galaxies with billions to trillions of stars.
There is absolutely alien life, and we'll probably fuck it.
We'll never see
so much. It's doesn't matter.
I think this little dot here, I don't know if you can see my mouse. This little dot here is 13.8 billion light years away.
Yes,
it's one of the first galaxies. It's absolutely staggering.
People ask where God is. He's fucking busy, clearly. He's got other things to do.
Of course, this is Stefan's quintet. Four galaxies. A better look. So we can actually see individual stars in that galaxy. So this is the James Webb Space Telescope. It's out at the L1 Lagrange point, where we won't be able to fix it. So mercifully, NASA didn't fuck this one up, and now we get shots like this. So Hubble took months to take some of these shots.
Yeah.
Every single one of these shots, 2 weeks.
My thing is
they weren't trying. They took these pictures to calibrate the fucking thing.
Well, so apparently they can't take anything that's not infrared or there's another term.
Yeah, so Webb's an infrared telescopes. It operates just in the infrared band.
Like what I want to do is like zoom in on like any fucking closed system and like look at it, but apparently you can't do that with James Webb, which is unfortunate because like, what else you want to do really?
Well, so they looked at some returns from some like they can look at the returns in the wavelengths from galaxies and determine the makeup of those galaxies. So they saw hydrogen, they saw oxygen, they saw iron, they saw like all sorts of the chemical makeups of these galaxies based on the wavelengths of light, and they're using it. The idea is to look at exoplanets as they pass in front of their star, to look at the light that is refracted around the atmosphere and see what wavelengths are scattered. And based on those wavelengths, they can see what is in that atmosphere. So they'll be able to look at exoplanets now with Webb and determine whether an exoplanet has water in its atmosphere. So down the line, we'll be able to go, okay, these are the planets we need to go to because we detected water.
Mm-hmm.
So we might not be able to look at them directly, but we'll be able to see
I don't know if they have alien women. How do we figure that out?
See if there's some green bitches.
No, I'm going home.
Yeah. Well, when it comes to xenomorphs, if there's a hole, there's a goal.
Yeah, I'll fuck any alien, honestly. Just like basically just because.
In the interest of science, we need to see what the chimeras will look like.
Yeah, I volunteer.
And from
I saw this.
I don't have a.
But what about vaginal dentata? Would
the segue?
I have no segue for this.
Statistically, there's probably someone with vaginal dentata. Yes, but this was.
Yeah, this is. You don't see this reported much because it didn't happen in the US, right? So instead, it just happened in South Africa, where it happens frequently.
Rifles.
Not to this extent, but yeah.
They kill the white people.
So they killed each other.
Oh, fun.
So.
I don't remember. I don't know if this was racially motivated, but yeah, 15 people.
It appeared to be random.
Yeah.
Using automatic rifles, which I don't know that that's true.
It can't be random when you have 3 people.
That might be.
Well, it might be real if they're stolen from the military.
It is South Africa.
It is South Africa.
So who the fuck knows?
Yeah. There's a reason they have flamethrowers
There's
on
a
their
good
cars.
chance there's actual AKs rocking around
Yeah,
down
exactly. The shocking
So-
mass murder in the tavern in Soweto, Johannesburg, followed another bar shooting just hours earlier that claimed the lives of 4 people.
there. In Pietermaritzburg. So over there in Jayburg, down in SA. Man carrying an AK-47. There you go.
Well, it looked like an AK. Might not have been, but
it's
maybe it
important.
could have actually been a legit fully automatic.
Was he
gun.
shoulder
As a general
firing
rule,
it,
if it
or
looks
was
like
he
an AK,
shooting
it's
it?
probably an AK.
It is South Africa.
Was he shooting it from the hip, or was he shoulder firing it?
Who knows?
No idea.
But
It says he
it was multiple
sprayed them
shooters
with
by the
bullets,
sounds of it.
Depends on whether or not he's black or white. We'll have to
Not
find
a lot
out.
of.
Don't know, but there were multiple.
But it's okay.
There were multiple shooters.
Michael Moore's going to fix it all. He's got his 28th
yes.
Amendment.
He's
He's got his 28th Amendment. So let's go through the 28th Amendment, shall we? This is some. He sees, I guess he sees himself as a I don't know, one of the founders,
Fat lesbian woman,
future founder, I guess. So yes, Section 1, the inalienable right of a free people to be
so
kept safe from
corporate.
gun violence,
Man thinks
and
he's
the
a
fear
fucking-
thereof must not be infringed, and shall be protected by the Congress and the states. This amendment thus repeals and replaces the Second Amendment.
He's such a fucking clown.
Jesus fucking Christ.
It's so bad writing. It's like watching bad fan.
It gets
worse.
better.
Well,
I
It
know.
gets better,
It's
depending
better.
on your point of view.
Terrible.
It gets more hilarious.
Section 2 says it all.
Section 2. Congress shall create a mandatory system of firearm registration and licensing for the following limited purposes. A. Licensed hunters of game.
I'll hunt the
B.
shit out of anything.
Licensed rangers for the sport of target shooting.
I shoot
C.
rangers.
For the few who can demonstrate a special need for personal protection. All who seek a firearm will undergo a strict vetting process with a thorough background check, including the written and confidential approval of family members, spouses and ex-spouses, and or partners and ex-partners, co-workers and neighbors. A complete mental health check will also be required. There will be a waiting period of 1 month to complete the full background check. This background check is a fucking FBI background check. You know the background checks that go and talk to spouses and exes and co-workers and neighbors? That's
infringes
like
on the
Yankee
14th
White.
Amendment. So this doesn't just get rid of the second; it also infringes and threatens to amend the 14th Amendment as well.
Yeah.
Yep. And could it also be considered the fourth violation of the fourth?
Yeah, actually.
Privacy. Yeah.
And the fifth, maybe.
Yeah.
If you need to
there's
demonstrate a special need.
So much. There's so many fucking issues with that.
This idea is lifted from Japan, who already
This level of background check
is lifted from Japan because they do that.
This
kind
is
of thing.
this is the shit. So if you have Yankee White clearance, that's the highest civilian clearance.
Yep.
If you want to work in the White House, you need Yankee White clearance.
How do I get that?
This is close to what the FBI does for a Yankee White clearance.
Yeah.
And that takes 3 months. So forget about waiting 1 month. You're going to be waiting 3 months just for the check to complete. So, Section 3. Those who meet all the requirements for restricted gun owners groups and successfully pass the background check must take a firearms safety class and pass a written test on an annual basis. Written test on an annual basis. Really?
Yeah, really.
Yeah.
I have no trouble with a firearms safety class. I think firearms safety should be in high school, like as
it
a
used to
high
be.
school class. The firearms
It
safety
used to be that way in America. You used to have marksmanship and gun clubs in schools.
Yep.
Used to be part of gym. Used to be part of PE.
Yeah, Dave.
I hate how all you Australians know so much more about America.
Most of us don't. I think I'm just an exception to the rule. Most of us don't.
Yeah,
know
it was pretty rare. Most
Australians have never seen a gun outside of its holster.
Yeah.
He drinks alcohol, right? He also drives around a huge projectile called an automobile.
Yep.
That would also be considered, according to this, it should fall under the same guidelines because...
Yeah, but it's not considered a firearm.
It's not considered a firearm, but it's considered a deadly weapon.
Firearm.
Yeah, but it's not designed to kill people. Therefore, it's different. Even though they kill more per year.
Section 4 is, of course, a minimum age. The minimum age for the restricted groups who can own a firearm is 25 years. Renewal and review.
I feel like that's fine to me. Like
of the firearms license will occur on an annual basis. Why? Why shouldn't someone who's 18 and has the right to vote be allowed to own a gun?
Right to vote, right to join the military.
Right to vote, right to join the military. Not the right to drink, though. Here they can drink. Personally, I think that's retarded.
I've fairly laid out my positions on this. Sorry.
Is it about mental development happening, crystallizing at 25, roughly?
Yes,
something like that.
Then all right. Well, then no drinking till 25.
Rage the age,
no sex till 25.
The age of whatever it is,
military
adulthood
service.
Or raise it all to 25. You can't join the military till you're 25. Well, shit, that wipes out most of the military.
The only reason I can like in my head kind of justify military is like you are being trained by people who aren't retarded. So it's not like you're just out there on your own in the world.
But you're making a choice to join the military. And if you're saying that 25-year-olds can't make choices, then you shouldn't be allowed to enter into a contract. You shouldn't be allowed to join the military. You shouldn't be allowed to have sex. You shouldn't be allowed to do any of these things.
No, you shouldn't be allowed to
carry.
You should. No, I'm all about 25 on almost every fucking single thing. The only reason I make an exception for military is because you were under the supervision of someone else. Like
you're making it. If you join the military, you are making a choice that will affect your life.
Of someone else.
Yes, you are.
You're under the authority of someone else. But there are plenty of positions where you are the only one at that position.
Not really.
Yeah. Yes.
If you've got the watch.
You are under the watch.
You're by yourself.
That's the whole point.
You're under the liability of the military, but there are plenty of positions, particularly guard duty, at the middle of the night.
Have you not been trained at guard duty before you get to guard duty? You're not just like I joined the military.
You still have to use your apparently 25-year-old.
Being trained and being supervised are two different things. Supervision is a constant having someone there watching you.
Okay,
there's a big difference.
Let's shake this all off. The point is, say if you're you're never going to get military guard duty if you haven't been trained in this thing. Like it's not like, oh, he's joined the military.
You can go through basic at the very least.
Now he's in guard duty.
My point is, if you can't own a firearm at 25, then you shouldn't be allowed to vote at 25. You should have to. You shouldn't be allowed to vote at 25. You should have to do all these things. All these things should be taken away from you because you're saying this right specifically we don't trust you with, but we trust you with all these other ones. That's stupid. That's stupid and
I don't trust it to logic. My thing is, like, my whole point is, militarily wise, you are being trained.
Thank you, Al.
Okay, here's the difference. You're being trained.
You're wrong. I'm sorry. You're wrong.
I hate to tell you this. Guard duty.
Listen for fucking half a second. If you're 18, you can go into the military, but you are going to be trained and directed at this point. If you did not go into the military, if you had no training or whatsoever, you're 25 when you get to decide these things, right?
Yeah.
When I was 25 versus 18, when I was 18, I was a fucking retard. If I was 25, I had a much better, on my own, without the training of the military, without someone else telling me, like, don't do this, don't do this, don't do that, don't fucking shoot yourself in the face, don't blow this person up. If I was 25 buying this same weapon that I could have bought at 18 or 17, under the strict guise of the military training me in how these things worked, what to do, what not to do, I have a better chance at 25 versus 18 if I was going in at 18 as a rando. Not like I'm just a fucking rando weird kid no military experience. I want to buy a gun. It's a whole different fucking animal.
Problem is rights
I
don't
agree
depend on
with you.
military
Most of the
experience.
people
Do you
going into
understand
the
the
military as randos are
You
dumbasses. But when I went into the military, I had already had training from other people, but from the age of 9. I believe, as far as firearms are considered, you are to be trained on it as soon as you're able to hold it. That way you understand. That way you understand and respect what it can be done. I owned my first firearm at the age of 12. I didn't carry around with me, but I went into the military at 19. And I can tell you, there's plenty of, how should I put it? Times where you are by yourself, but you are required to have the firearm with you. They teach you how to do everything, and it's basic training. It's not
So you
all
prove
that
that
hard.
point.
Yeah. And my point is that if you don't trust someone who's 18, even with training, to own a firearm, because this requires you take a firearm safety course, pass a written test annually. If you don't trust an 18-year-old with that, then you shouldn't trust an 18-year-old to be able to sign up for the military.
No,
or do a whole lot of other things.
My point on gun ownership is that, like, the point I think I'm very clearly missing on this is, like, you're a non-trained random person at 25 going to pick up a gun and go buy a gun. You're at 25, your brain is theoretically somewhat solidified, right? Whereas you're 18, you don't. This is why, like, the military, like, training means something. Like, if you were just a rando 18-year-old, I don't think you should be able to just go buy a gun. If you're a random 18-year-old who's had military training, I'm in the Army, I've learned things, sure. And it's not so much about the training, it's more about the mental state. Because I know how I was.
Driver's license until 25?
Myself at 17 and 25.
Yes, fuck yes.
Myself at 18 and 25 are equally fucking retarded.
Okay.
They're all retarded.
Pick an age and make it uniform. There are pros and cons to it. I'm 38 and I'm still arguably fucking retarded. So I don't really buy into it. I know it is common now to think, the crystallization
think of how retarded
generally
you'd
happens
be
at
at
25, but
18
18 versus 25 for me would be no fucking practical difference.
I've met 18-year-olds with their head on straight, and I've met 40-year-olds who don't have their head on straight. Age is bullshit. Like,
I trust a gun, honestly.
I've never met anyone I'd really trust with a gun, but
no, absolutely.
I don't
rights do not depend on military service or training. You have the right to protect yourself with whatever you fucking deem necessary, and you shouldn't have to become an agent of the state in order to exercise that right.
Anyway, let's find the giant loophole.
Yeah.
No, I think that's
Congress. Section 5. Congress will stipulate and continually update the limited list of approved firearms for civilian use, including weapons in the future that are not yet invented. The following firearms are heretofore banned.
Right to defend yourself.
All automatic and semi-automatic weapons and all devices which can enable a single shot gun to fire automatically or semi-automatically. Okay. Any weapon that can hold more than 6 bullets or rounds at any time, or any magazine that holds more than 6 bullets. Well, weapon
it is.
I guess that's defined, kind of. But what's a bullet? This isn't defined. What's a round? Any weapon that can hold more than 6 somethings.
I'm not sure.
It could literally be anything. Any magazine that holds more than 6 bullets. Again, there's that word. All guns made of plastic. Well,
what's it about plastic guns? What is it?
All guns made
so
of
long
plastic.
airsoft. So long airsoft. So long Nerf.
Any homemade equipment and machine. Oh.
Fucking
What about ceramic?
Hasbro's stock price just collapsed.
Oh,
Any homemade weapon, homemade equipment.
I'll let you get to a thermo.
Any homemade equipment and any machinery or a 3D printer that can make a gun or weapon that can take a human life.
Michael Moore, I don't need a fucking weapon to kill somebody. I know how to do it barehanded. I just hold a choke for 5 minutes and you die.
That's, yeah.
I do not need an external weapon to kill someone. It's easier, but I know how to do it barehanded and I don't need to build anything. Anyone can actually do it if they know how.
Think about this shit for a second, though. Any homemade equipment and machinery or a 3D printer that can make a gun or weapon that can take a human life.
I can go grab a brick.
That's my fucking entire garage.
Off the construction site next door. I have a weapon that can take a human life.
What construction site, Tim? All construction sites are closed because we can't construct anything. Because we just banned fucking construction.
Oh, now I see where you're going. Yeah. Yeah.
Any homemade equipment or machinery.
Yep.
Or a 3D printer that can make a gun or a weapon that can take a human life.
Yeah, no more. You can't create bricks anymore.
I can't
create rebar anymore. You can't
make anything.
Yeah, can't create wooden pipes anymore or wooden fences anymore because I can bash you with a wooden stake.
I can't own a saw because that can take a human life. I can't own anything that can make a saw because that can take a human life.
Yep.
But they're not considered weapons. You can't own a hammer because that can crush you.
I can't make a hammer.
You can't make a hammer because
I can't have a drop forge. Because that could make a hammer which could take a human life.
You can't even have a forge because you could just pour the molten steel on somebody and kill him.
Yeah, this eliminates
everything.
This eliminates the modern world.
You can't conceive people. You can't conceive people because they can take human lives by their hand.
A person who is apparently, of sound mind, wrote this down and thought it would be a good idea.
I want to kill raccoons and want my wife to fucking farm beans. That's what I want.
Well, guys made of plastic.
What are you going to kill the raccoons with, Tim?
Any homemade equipment and machinery. So the emphasis. So there's a loophole.
What are you going to cook on?
Homemade. You can't have a home forge, but maybe companies can still make the equipment because they're not homemade. So I can get my garrots elsewhere.
Yes.
Yeah. I can use my sewing machine to stitch together a few pieces of fabric and make something that can.
There goes cooking at home.
Not that I even need it because people are very capable of killing each other barehanded. Happens more often than rifles.
Congress shall regulate all ammunition, capacity of ammunition, the storage of guns.
Fuck Michael Moore and his fat fucking ass. This is retarded.
Yes, gun locks, gun sights.
Away. Fuck this.
Gun sights.
Yeah, no red dots. No red dots for you. No high-powered optics for you. Iron sights or nothing. In fact, no iron sights because that makes guns more accurate.
Why body armor? If you've banned all the guns, why are you banning body armor?
Why do you remove
because it makes it harder for the cops.
It makes you invulnerable to
makes you invulnerable.
The good guys with guns.
Yeah.
No weapon of any kind whose sole intention is the premeditated elimination of human life are considered legal.
Well,
that's fine.
AR-15s are legal because they're hunting weapons.
AR-15s are totally legal.
They're sporting weapons. They're hunting weapons. That's not their sole intention.
Problem solved. This thing does nothing.
Yeah.
This entire amendment has just gone through 5 sections, and in the 6th section made itself pointless. A gun's sole intention. No, tell me one thing its sole intention is premeditated elimination of human life. I don't know what's
guillotine, but even then you could kill animals.
Even then, I could be cutting
animals,
fruit.
Yep,
butchering animals.
Mm-hmm.
What's like the electric chair? God. That's it. He's just banned he's written all this to ban the electric chair. Yeah.
Mm.
The electric chair, any drugs that perform euthanasia that don't have any other use. This just banned anything that can be used to euthanize someone. As long as it can only be used to euthanize someone. Like there's been zero thought put into this, and yet it's presented like it's this grand fucking thing.
And this guy is a writer.
Yes.
And a documentarian.
And the
he
number
made Bowling for Columbine.
He tweeted this shit. And the number of fucking people in his replies
saying Yas Queen
presumably read this, and yes, absolutely, Tim. Yeah, who Yas Queened. Insane.
Congress may make. Oh my god, that last sentence in section 6.
Hold on, it's not going anywhere. It gets laughed. Like we're laughing at it. Everybody's laughing at this bullshit. But this is how they think. They all think they're Jefferson, and they sure. I can't think of the opposite of Jefferson, but whatever that is, they are not. They are not Jefferson.
Yeah, Congress may create future restrictions, as this amendment specifically does not grant any American the quote right end quote to own any weapon. Well, neither did the second, by the way.
That's right. The right is
inherent. It is a natural right. It is an extension of the right to protect your right to life.
Reminding everybody that you can't take that shit away. That the government can't take that shit away.
Yes.
Section 7, Popo, of course, who are trained and vetted to use firearms. What? Unlike the people in Section 3 who are vetted, probably. Police don't get this vetting. Police don't get this vetting. The fucking Yankee White level of vetting. Police who are trained and vetted to use firearms shall be subject to comprehensive and continuous monitoring and shall be dismissed if found to exhibit any racist or violent behavior.
Police get the vetting as off duty, but this is a more stringent thing while they're on duty or employed.
The first time you discharge your weapon, you will be fired.
Absolutely.
I would easily classify that as violent behavior.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I agree. I now agree with Michael
racist
Moore.
Or violent behavior. Well, 1350.
Any police officer who arrests anybody and performs any violent act is to be dismissed.
You arrest a person of color, you're done.
Yep. Congratulations, Michael Moore. You've just completely destroyed police. I 100% support you now. There's no one to enforce your ban.
And without getting rid of the 14th Amendment, basically anyone who is arrested will be able to say, "Oh, it's racist."
Yep.
Anyone. You can't arrest anyone.
And here's the one that'll bankrupt the U.S. government well and truly. Persons already owning any of the above banned firearms and who do not fall into the legal groups of restricted firearms owners will have 1 month from the ratification of this amendment, which will never happen, to turn in their firearms for destruction by local law enforcement. These local authorities may organize a gun buyback program to assist in this effort. This has to happen. This is what he misses because what's the Christ? I think it's the 5th requires. I might be wrong. It might be which amendment? Quick, somebody.
Unreasonable search.
Which amendment requires?
When are you fuckers going to move to America?
Illegal search and seizures, I believe, is the 5th.
The 5th is self-incrimination. Is it 6th or 8th? Unreasonable search and seizure. Cruel and unusual punishment.
No, it's you have to pay.
God damn it! I should know this.
Yeah.
I think it's the 4th. I might be wrong.
People in America should, but we don't because
unreasonable search and seizure.
4th is unreasonable search and seizure.
That's where Terry Stock.
But that doesn't require. It might be the 14th. Might be a section of the 14th Amendment. The takings clause. Yes, thank you, Swizgar. The takings clause.
Yeah, sorry.
The takings clause requires that you be compensated. Just compensation.
Yes. No, you're right. Yeah.
That's what I was.
There's more than No, you're
so
right.
you can't do gun seizures in the US because of the takings clause.
Mm-hmm.
No, they can't.
Just take good shit. You have to pay them fair market value.
It has happened before. Like they don't pay you fair money. It's the government.
The takings clause. Thank you, Swizgar. So how the fuck are they going to afford that? There's 400 million firearms in the US.
These are local authorities. So the Fed is going to print more money and give them to the local governments.
And like I was saying earlier, once that starts happening, people will be putting pipe guns together all over the place.
Oh, they already do that, and then they go sell them to the cops for $50.
And of course, they'll have to also confiscate, what was it, all fucking machinery that can make a gun or make anything that can cause the death of a human being.
I'm going to say what I said on Twitter. We're going back to lever action supremacy because they're not semi-automatic.
Yes.
I like a lever.
That's about a nice big 8-round 45-70 sitting in my closet for home defense, motherfucker.
But yes, the Democrats back here in the real world.
Yeah.
Of things that could happen. The Dems are trying to bring back the assault weapons ban that expired and did nothing because despite them being called assault weapons, they're not.
First, you have to define assault weapon.
Exactly. They'll define it as broad as possible, and then the next, like, it'll just expire.
Michael Moore basically already defined it. You just need to call it an assault weapon.
Yeah,
and it's any modern firearm. In fact,
just call it the scary weapons ban.
Yeah, they hate them because they're big and black.
The scary black weapons ban.
I will concede that a weapon that is made specifically for the military might be considered an assault weapon, but even still.
Yeah, every weapon has been.
They can have it one round at a time.
But what about the Army's new sidearm? That's not a fully automatic weapon. That's just a pistol. The new SIG that the Army's adopting, or whatever, that's not a fully automatic weapon.
I still contend that SIG bribes people. Has bribed the Department of Defense massively.
Yeah.
No, that's how they do that. Yeah.
100%. Because there's no way, like, there's no way that weapon won the test. It's like their new main battle rifle. No way.
There's no beating the AK.
Proprietary ammunition.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well, the
brand new caliber.
The Beretta.
Just for that rifle.
The Beretta, the bullpup. The bullpup actually had proprietary 3D printed ammunition. That was better. Like every person who reviewed it was like, "This is a great weapon." And it didn't.
Americans would never adopt a bullpup.
Well, the Americans were saying, "Look, this makes me look at bullpups differently."
Yeah,
they are shit. They're terrible. I fucking hate them.
I know, we use them.
Kenosha, Wisconsin has lifted its ban on guns in county buildings.
St. Kyle, peace be upon him.
So yes, St. Kyle of Kenosha. And the other thing that came out this week was more footage from the heroes, and I use that term very, very sarcastically in Uvalde, which is, I believe, how you say that, Uvalde.
Yeah,
you should say entirely facetiously.
But it's okay because this guy made sure his hands were clean.
Oh God. Oh.
So
just like
at least those kids didn't die of COVID. Look at these guys. Like, there's some gunshots, and they all.
You hear the audio while this is going on. You hear gunshots and kids screaming.
Yeah, the gunshots aren't. They took the
washing his hands of this situation.
Look at this guy. And he's oh wait.
Yeah, Bortak was already engaging the suspect at that point because of all the other fuck ups with the operational command.
Yeah.
Hey, look, there's me.
This was when Border Patrol had already run in and engaged the guy. Yeah. So the local police and sheriffs and the cops are actually are here standing outside.
Yeah.
And then there's the next part, which I don't know if that was
after 77 minutes.
The cop with the Punisher icon on his phone.
Yeah,
apparently he was getting a text from his wife who was shot and dying, and he did not run in.
Yeah, he's fine.
He's standing in that hallway, and his wife is down the hall bleeding out, and he did not run in to engage the guy.
Beggars belief.
The doors were open.
Supposedly trained officers. Yeah, that can just do this. Can just sit there.
No, seriously, like you come up in this place and they're outside and they're like, you're stopping me from coming to like save my children from a shooter.
Oh yeah, I'm putting 2 in your knee and then I'm going in the room.
Yeah. There's gonna be 2 active shooters and I'm gonna kill all of you.
Then the cops would have shot you before you could get through the school doors.
Yeah,
bet me on it. They're too busy fucking washing their hands.
No, they would have had gunshots and then just open fired on you no matter what. Like,
cool, good
I
enough.
know. I know. At least you tried. At least you tried. I understand that.
Let me black pill you all a bit more. Somehow my roommate got lost for a full day in the city when his phone died. He only knew how to get around following Google Maps. I've trained young people who don't know how to read and use paper maps.
I was actually quite a good navigator when I was younger.
I hate this so much.
I took pride in it.
We're doomed.
I know a few with such crippling social anxiety that they never consider this option. To be fair, yeah, that's.
I can understand that. Yes.
Like, I don't like talking to people.
Oh yeah.
Off the internet.
I can understand.
I have been through that phase. I did slowly learn how to engage with people properly, but yeah, no. Education needs to. We need to go back 30 years in our education system.
I don't know. Yeah,
we need to remove
something
technology from schooling. Kids need to learn everything on paper first.
Yeah. Like kids should know how to read a map. Like, do they do orienteering anymore in school?
No, they don't. They don't even go outside. They have no fucking clue about this.
All camping based and land navigation training is done via camping through the scouts and stuff like that. It's not taught in the schools in the U.S. I want to say as far back as 1979.
No, I don't know. It's been that far.
I went to school in the 90s. I did orienteering and I was in scouts and all that. Like, I can read a fucking map. I know how to read a compass.
You went to the scouts, but you didn't learn it in school. It wasn't taught to you.
No, I did. I learned it in both. We did orienteering in school as well. Yeah, but again, I'm very privileged in that respect that I'm not part of the American education system.
Yeah,
I was lucky. But I learned how to read a fucking map in school. We did orienteering in PE, in gym class, or whatever you guys would call it.
Squizgar, you just need to carry a big
We went on camps. We went on school camps. And
I
we
had
actually
to make
go
maps
camping.
in geography.
I didn't have geography class, but we still learned about it. Yeah.
Well, geography was a requirement when I went to high school.
Are you guys like on different sides of the country of the imaginary?
Same side of the country, different states.
Same side, different states.
I'm also a country bumpkin, so I didn't have a lot of the subjects that kids going to school in the city.
Like gators and shit.
So,
Tim's in the last free state.
I wouldn't call Queensland free,
free-ish
comparatively.
Freer than all the other states. Tim's in the equivalent of Texas.
Are you in Brisbane or whatever? Where are you at?
Brisbane.
Texas.
This is where you are.
And on a lighter note, I thought we'd go through this thread.
Oh.
I saw this thread and I had so much fun scrolling. So this is a
was that a yes?
What they're calling a trans glow up. This thread.
Oh yeah,
so it's before and after.
I saw this thread, but I didn't look at it.
Is it a dude on the left or is it a female on the left?
Anymore.
So before and after, yes. So
are you guys wrestling fans?
As in pro wrestling?
Yeah.
I
casually follow it. I understand the memes when I know.
I used to watch.
The one on the left looks like Shayna Baszler.
I don't know professional wrestling. Like, I know who Randy Savage is.
Okay.
I know who Razor Ramon is.
The Big Show.
I know who the Big Show is. Like, I don't know anything from like the last 20, maybe 10, 20 years of wrestling, but I know stuff up to the Attitude Era.
Okay. Never mind.
I hated the Attitude Era.
Yeah, I don't know modern wrestling.
Yes.
I know who Jushin Liger is.
So is it a woman on the left or is it a dude?
It's the same guy.
That's a man.
Is it on the left?
They're both.
That's a man, baby.
The idea is both pictures are the same person.
Yeah, I heard that, but maybe she was a trans man on the left, and now she's back.
No, it's left to right. Yeah. So it's before and after.
That's awful.
Who was that? David something that one. That Florida shooting kid that got famous for Oh, what's his name?
Let me just turn this off just in case Venti's like, no, never mind.
His name should be lost in the fucking sands of time. Ugh. Ugh. Oh God, Brittany. I'm such a tumultuous. I've been following Brittany since before I've been following Nick, and that's a long ass time. It's been nothing but like, God, you're so fucking retarded. Oh, you're based. Oh, you're retarded. Oh, you're based. Oh, you're retarded.
I can't deal with this shit anymore. I've known several people in my life who've ended up transitioning. If they ever watch this show, they will know by my voice who I am. And I'm like, yeah, I'll support you guys, but just remember,
I won't.
You're not like Chappelle said it best. You know, you don't exactly have the real thing down there.
How did they grab fucking hair? How did they get all that hair?
Wig.
It's called a wig, Tim.
That's a wig.
Like, if you think this is right for you, you do.
Hey, that's C. Goody.
But
right there on the left. That's C. Goody, isn't it? Pretty sure.
Some of these, I'm just like
wrong.
It burns. Show the cleavage they don't have.
Some of these are like the trolls got in here, and it just gets real. It gets funny.
I mean, you can do a lot with some Photoshop, but
some of these guys, I don't know how they pass. Some of them I understand. Some of them are like, oh yeah, that's passing.
Oh, that's the Parkland shooter right there. No, that's the Uvalde shooter.
But there was a shooter that was trans or something like that.
They all are. They're fucking.
I can't remember which one, honestly.
Oh,
look at the underbite on that thing! Holy crap! No, you don't pass. I'm sorry.
That's passing, I guess. Yeah.
No, I can see it in her shoulders.
Yeah.
His shoulders, their shoulders, whatever the fuck we want to say.
Oh, we can cancel full on.
I don't care anymore.
This dude looks exactly the same.
Yeah.
Oh wow!
See it in your neck.
Oh fuck!
She/they. No.
Oh, she looks better with the fucking sideburns.
No. No. You look and feel a lot better without the weight and pain hiding, but
this reminds me of a saying. Beauty is only skin deep.
He looks better as a man.
Straight to the bone.
I don't know if it was Parkland Squiz. I guess there was one mass shooter recently who was trans or was queer or whatever.
It was the hot. Yeah, this guy's right. It's Highland Park.
Gotcha.
That guy was that guy. But I think he was doing it. I know he was like he was in a dress.
Highland Park was Uvalde, wasn't it? Oh, Highland Park was Uvalde, wasn't it?
Highland Park's north is the one in. It was the 4th of July.
It was a couple years ago. Right. David Hogue, I think his name was.
David Hogue.
What Hogue?
That was Parkland.
That was Parkland, and he wasn't the shooter.
No.
That was I wasn't saying he was a shooter. The first chick that we saw during the glow up, he looked like one of the dudes that became a girl.
God,
Daddy Dom to Mummy Dom. No.
Oh no. Oh
like,
no.
You don't look. You just look like you've shaved. You just look like you've shaved. Like, I don't care if you want to cross dress, like whatever. I've seen creepier shit, but I've also seen what bottom surgery looks like, and
don't show pictures of that, please.
No, we won't be.
We will not show pictures of that. We shouldn't. But I watched the South Park episode. God damn it! It was on SBS. I watched they broadcasted the original version of that episode where they had like 5 minutes of sex change surgery just embedded in a South Park episode. You saw things getting split and being removed on SBS on a state broadcaster. I
mean, I don't want to see anything else, but it looks better.
I wasn't expecting it. Like I just turned on. Oh, hey, it's South Park tonight. Holy fucking shit!
Let me just. I just want to preview. Oh, good. Twitter does weird stuff because I'm not like proving my age or something. Yeah. So it'll be like, oh, this is sensitive.
Like,
what the fuck are you
talking
talking
looks
about?
exactly the same. Your jaw looks exactly the same.
Not looking for some 36-year-old fucking trannies.
That one's not that bad.
That one's pretty fucking bad.
That one, no. Yeah.
Oh God! Why? Why would
Why
you
you
do
just-
this?
That one has had implants.
Yeah.
Yeah. Respect for the tit.
Do it if it.
Now we get to the trolling.
But I just.
No, that's not Dave. But who is that?
It's not my thing.
That's
Hairy
like
Turkish
just some big hairy
He's
Eastern
a
European
Russian heavyweight MMA.
It's Dirty Turk. Oh, look, Twain.
Okay, so this is a female.
Oh, it's the one in the middle on the left of.
So she's had her breasts removed, like Ellen,
that's top surgery,
blah 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 Page.
So she was a woman.
Page,
whatever that fucking thing is.
Person Page. Yes,
Oh,
that the one with the shirtless quote man is a female.
That's the current director of U.S. Health right there on the right.
Rachel.
Rachel Levine, yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, that's the one.
You're not passing. None of these people pass. No. The third Bogdanov twin.
Not fair.
I'll give that one credit.
No.
3 years on estrogen. No, your makeup will deceives you.
You don't
a lot of makeup too. Yeah.
Looks like the chin was shaved and some of the cheekbones were removed.
Yeah.
Also named Bort.
Shame the first guy that fucked.
You're still dressing in the same
It's
clothes.
Michael Moore. Michael Moore's up there. Let's can we not? Are we gonna?
The beanie gives that one away. Sin Frost. No, the beanie gives that away. It's like.
Is the one above the beanie real? Because that is an old looking dude. Yeah, that right
real.
there.
That's real.
Holy shit!
No, this is.
That's actually an improvement. I'm not gonna
That
lie.
might actually come close to passing. Like looks like
Yeah.
they look like they're in their 50s or whatever.
You went from being a 60-year-old man to a 38-year-old woman.
No, I thought that was Barry Humphries.
That's I had that. I had her as
Bruce Valanche.
Pardon?
no
The second
clear,
picture
no
looks like
touch,
Bruce Valanche.
Yeah, that's Miss Agra. Yeah, that's her.
That looks like a female to male. I mean, okay, that okay, not that one.
I don't think they should be able to cheat.
That looks better. No, go back. Nope.
Testosterone is actually amazing. Oh my
No,
God.
I mean I'm talking about the picture below. The before picture was a lot better.
Well, you know the thing is they're not getting laid either way.
That's right.
That's weird.
Well, at least be
Yeah,
honest.
That's nose done as well.
Yeah. I literally look like I just shaved you. Well, you're like correct.
You look gorgeous. Look, I live in a town that has like 800 people, and I saw.
This is
trans
no, this is not beautiful.
Drew Carey with a wig.
I thought about letting it. Hate crime. Is that Keffel?
No.
No, I think it looks a bit like Heffel's.
Yeah, I was confused for a moment. Megan Rapinoe.
Well, it's Pink and David Beckham.
3 weeks on the HRT, finally match pure. The fuck? The fuck?
trolls have moved in. Don't worry. Like,
okay.
A lot of this is trolling.
Oof! Damn.
Yeah, he did.
Damn. Don Draper.
Did
Into
good.
whatever her name was.
This guy looks like Kevin. Ian Hassakotsis. I don't know if anybody plays World of Warcraft or knows.
He looks like a Blizzard dev, yes.
Yeah, he looks like Ian Hassakotsis.
I don't play World of Warcraft, but yeah, he does.
I don't know people who work for Blizzard. I don't know. We are girl boss and almost 8 years apart.
God, if I get stuck with a trap like that, it's no wonder trainees get murdered. Like you better be out front.
They don't get murdered. Like
they get murdered.
Not at a higher rate.
They're like, oh well, I'm a woman. Then the dude's like, you have a penis.
Not like
and
that.
Then they fucking freak the fuck out.
Have you never heard of the movie The Crying Game?
It's statistically zero.
Yeah.
That it happens occasionally.
I'm not sure it is. I think it happens every time it happens.
Yeah, I'm getting to that one.
Which is statistically zero, but I think every time it happens, it fucking happens.
Oh, it certainly happens, and they shouldn't be ignored. But they are well and far and beyond overstating the frequency that it happens.
You need to tell people when you have a penis and you look like a woman. Like,
Agreed.
oh, you want to have a drink? Well, I have a dick though. Oh shit! All right, well, fine. If you withhold that fact that I'm reaching down your fucking panties, it's
funny
real big
because
fucking problem.
There's the legit ones, and then there's the like meme ones.
There's a fucking nuclear problem. Like, I'm finally
That
getting
one's
laid,
passing.
and like looking down, there's a fucking hamburger in the sauce.
Okay, at a glance, yeah, that
At
would
a glance.
pass. At a glance, that would pass. It's like what? It's probably like the only two out of this entire thread. Bruh. Looks like Hassan Piker.
No, it's Vosh.
But no, Vosh was up before. I forgot to say it. There's been a couple who look like Ian,
Yeah.
to be honest.
Fat with a neck beard, yeah.
Fat neck beard. Elliot. Okay. Like, props on the boob job. But
that's
Elliot Roger.
Yeah, Elliot Roger.
I gotta be fucking vigilant out here. Like, this is uncomfortable. No.
AGP? What the fuck is AGP? So much AGP in the
AGP. I have no idea.
I don't even think I want to know.
They've got basically their
Are
own
you gonna
language.
miss the Habsburg reference in the? Oh god,
Reading this thread is just.
I didn't miss. No, we saw it.
Okay, well.
That woman didn't have the Habsburg chin before her transition.
I can't describe our culture is now filled with uncontrolled, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, so sounds like a relatively sane person. Hezbollah is a trans-grown man. I love Hezbollah. He's actually 19. That little baby.
Oh, he's like 26.
Yes, he's a fully grown adult. Yeah.
He's transitioned into Kadyrov.
Yes.
Is that Kadyrov? Is it? Okay. Oh no! Why?
For 11 days. That's obviously a
That's
photo.
like, from
Girl, you don't keep those
Yosef
photos for
to
11 days.
Jesus Magdalene.
I need to see more perms in these. I want to see a bunch of Zoomers being fucking.
Stop it.
Yes.
Get some help.
Stop it.
Stop it. Get some help.
Thank you, McDonald's.
The world's ending. Well.
Like Fiona.
No. I like these when they're Jack Show fucking fakery. Like
Maya and Bialik, oh no. Get fucked, Blossom. Get wrecked. Someone into Mussolini. Castro into Mussolini. Or was that Shay? I can't tell. Soul into Skylar. Oh, damn. That is a glow up. Oh, no. Wesley, no. To Wong Fu. Thanks for everything, Julie Newmar. Oh, shit.
Cloris Leishman was very
no. This just looks like a bunch of dudes wearing dresses and makeup. I mean,
that's not fucking
dudes
shirt.
wearing.
One's pink and one's fucking tan. That's not the same shirt.
Where's the glow up? Jesus Christ, Mr. Mime? No, why? Leave Mr. Mime alone.
We're getting wild out here.
It just keeps going too.
I can actually smile now. I'm pretty sure you could have smiled before.
Yep.
You chose not to. I know. I've been there.
Yes, this thread needs to find God.
Can I have a
I really want to watch the entire fucking series of
the stock footage like icons just make it.
I have all of them on fucking on the.
Oh no! You don't make that reference. You leave her alone. Holy fucking shit!
Oh,
Rent a girlfriend
Who?
for the weebs.
Fucking weebs.
You just put a hat on.
Why can't
There's the
No.
That's the Uvalde.
There's the Highland Park shooter. Yes.
That's the Uvalde shooter. Yeah.
No, that's the Highland Park shooter.
No, it's Uvalde.
No, that's
No,
Highland Park.
no. It's right. That's Highland Park. Sorry, no, because he's not wearing body armor. Yeah.
Yeah.
Where's
That's the
Highland
Highland Park
Park?
shooter. That's after the shooting. He put this shit on.
Oh,
in the shooting.
that's the
and then-
fucking.
I keep getting these two confused.
Yeah.
Yeah, the one in
Something
Illinois.
familiar about the
4th of July shooting. Yeah. The one
Yeah.
up in Illinois. Yeah. The one where they already have all the red flag laws and assault weapons.
Do you know why all these simp ass men fucking want to be women? Because they want the easy life. That's what they want. They want that.
Oh,
fucking...
Hunter, my boy, what happened to you? That's a fucking impressive, man. Oh no! Oh no!
That's not even fucking. That's not even.
That's not even Abby. Yeah, it's not even Abby.
Yeah, no,
Shapiro.
it's just someone who looks kind of like Ben Shapiro.
Else though, I'm fucking boobs.
Yeah, I know of that streamer. I can't remember their name, but they look like female Ben Shapiro, and they are a trans woman.
Mississippi South Truck. That wasn't Finster.
Phases of trans. First one is you get Cal Arts Twitter icons.
You can't read this. What does it say?
Oh, you just need to look at it.
Sometimes I wish I were a girl.
Phase
Phase
1.
2, I am a girl. Phase 3.
Phase 4. Boom. Phase 3.
Oh god. That's why I hate this shit so much. Like, if you were a young lad, you had some weird thoughts at some point. If you had a parent who would indulge in that
This is
shit,
Garrison. Oh.
God, what would it worked out as? No.
Oh, slash you. 2 months. You are wearing a push-up bra and yoga pants.
It needs to find God.
Omni-Man is not impressed.
No, I'll show him God. It's at the end of fucking.
Yeah, Khalifa. Bravo.
That's not.
I don't know what's happening here, but
we're just getting into the trouble.
HRT must make your skin
no.
right.
No, it's not.
No, the nose is the same. That's an actual one.
That's definitely That's a. I looked at that one for a couple of times. I'm like, what?
That
That doesn't make sense.
Nose and you're just being racist.
Maybe.
How'd you become black though?
How'd you?
There you go. There's Abby Shapiro.
There's Abby. Big Kazari milkers.
Now she has the big Kazar mommy milkers because she is a mother now.
Yep.
Astounding.
For Shannon's glow up. Exactly. Put a flower in your hair.
Makes you a girl.
Yeah. I'll never.
Yep.
let
Finally got to it. Finally got to Abby Shapiro.
Now, I look pretty good in high heels and garter belt, but when I do that, I'm only going to the Rocky Horror Show.
You better wear that fucking cat mask, or I'm going to Pennsylvania.
Like,
the high heels and the garter.
Oh, Quark.
All happen at once.
Poor Quark. Oh no. You leave Quark alone, motherfucker. Pink Floyd, Joy Reid. Bro, I can't breathe. Oh, Debbie! Debbie from the Discord. Glorious.
Oh, I love the internet so much sometimes.
I love it. He has a hair. He has a bow in his hair. He's a girl now. Little
science.
My first time through, it was much funnier.
Yes, he certainly was, because absolute fucking boss.
Yep.
I'm no longer a disgusting man. I mean... Georgia, please.
And that's it.
Oh, God.
What else did I have?
Oh, is he still alive, Squiz? I thought Armin had passed on. Either way, he was.
Yes, of course.
Before that really hideous woman.
So yes, for the women's in the military, you're get ready to start showering with women. So they've updated their policy. So following her transition from male to female, blah 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 blah. A transgender soldier, so where is it? All soldiers must use the barracks, bathroom, and shower facilities associated with their gender markers in DEERS. Understand that you may encounter individuals in barracks, bathrooms, or shower facilities with physical characteristics of the opposite sex, despite having the same gender markers in DEERS.
Okay. All right, so I didn't realize what that meant, but now I understand.
They mean dicks.
I know. So yeah,
about this. I was a latrine queen. I was in charge of the barracks, the latrines in the barracks.
So DEERS is the Defense Enrollment Eligibility and Reporting System.
Yeah, so you go to the bathroom that you identify as latrine queen. So he was cleaning the latrine.
He was stuck on latrine duty.
I was in charge of cleaning the latrine, and the derogatory term for it was latrine queen.
Did you have to go dig them in the field?
I would have to assign people to make the trenches once we were out. I was in charge of all latrine duty. Whose job was it to clean? How it was supposed to be cleaned, and it all fell on my head if even a speck of dust was seen. Yep. I can tell you from experience how nasty the ladies were.
Women's bathrooms, man. Holy,
it's worse than the men's.
Not even on that. They were raunchier than the guys. It's like they were
worse in a different way.
They would like masturbate in front of the windows.
Really?
The way the dorms were set up, there was like half of the dorms were kind of like an H shape, and there would be some of the barracks. The windows from the women's side would face the windows of the men's side.
They get on the top bunk and spread their legs, and
they would do that stuff, and they would actually try to get guys to masturbate and try. Once a week, there was like a contest to see if a guy could ejaculate across the barracks through the.
It gives me meaning to the term skeet shooting.
Basically, skeet shooting. Skeet shooting.
Oh my god!
Holy hell! Doing this is just gonna fuck everything up even more.
Did you get up on the roof? Pull and pull and pull and pull.
But yeah. Oh, this is gonna make shit
Doesn't
worse.
surprise me. I was only in the kids' army. I was in Army Cadets, and having those be and we used to, but we also used to go to regular like school campsites and all that where they had shitholes. You know, you didn't have proper bathrooms. You had outhouses, and I still remember that terrible fucking experience too. And I know what it's like to use to use an outhouse or an actual latrine. It's not pleasant.
You poor bastard.
So yes, the army has
once was in the latrine.
Gone woke. So
I've taken naked shits in rivers.
I mean, I've done that. I've been camping.
I was
on a shit in.
I was in it one time.
It's one thing to do that. It's one thing to go shit where other people shit. That's the difference part. That's the difference.
Yeah.
The grossest thing I could ever remember is unscrewing the drain for the showers and reaching down and pulling all the hair out, and then polishing, taking white shoe polish and polishing the pipe down. Ugh.
I'd
Why would they make you do that?
Than live with the smell.
That's dumb as hell. Why would they make you do that?
They didn't make me.
It's not going to get wetter.
But yes, you'll If you're a woman in the military, sorry, ladies.
I made sure every inch of the latrine was clean. I took it as part of like a personal part of my personal pride.
Yeah.
That it was the cleanest bathroom ever seen.
I'm not going to hate on you about that, but
that drain.
Yeah, that drains. That's an odd thing. Like, you know. Did you guys get the melamine sponges, or did you not have that at the time?
No, we had a fully stocked supply closet. I was also the house mouse
have
for
melamine
my
sponges?
Oh, those sponges.
It's essentially the fucking magic erasers, but without the fucking chems in them. It changes the world, man. Changes the entire world.
I saw this as well.
Of course, yes. So transgender swimmer Leah Thomas, of course, has been nominated for the NCAA's 2022 Woman of the Year award.
Yeah.
By UPenn.
This was after FINA changed the rules, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the date's yesterday. Okay.
Yeah, stated yes. This is this week's news.
Honestly, I thought this happened earlier.
This is actually today
in American time. Yeah, I thought this happened earlier.
No,
I'm confusing. I'm confused. I confused myself. This is actually a new one for me.
So yes, she's been nominated for Woman of the Year in the NCAA's Woman of the Year.
Even though she can no longer compete.
So, but
she was nominated.
They didn't really have a choice. So apparently the other UPenn athlete, Yale's Isaac Hennig. Is the other female, but she's a trans man. So
it's like, the first reply says it all.
What are even words now?
You know what? Men are better than women at everything. Thanks for everything, feminists.
And that's all I had.
True.
That's all I had for this week. Which works out well because I do have stuff to do around the house.
Yeah.
So yeah,
I'm gonna shoot back off to the fucking bachelor party I left early.
Nice. It's only Sunday over there for you. You got a whole day to sleep it off.
That's right. You got a whole day to sleep it off.
Actually, it's not even. Is it Sunday for you now? Is it just hit midnight?
It just hit midnight.
Yeah.
Midnight half.
You got a whole day ahead of you.
So yes, I'll be back next week. I assume you guys will be too.
I'll be back, hopefully with a different mic.
So.
I'll try.
I'll be dead.
Yeah.
Could die though. I might be dead.
So yes, as always, thank you for joining, and we'll see you next time.
Awesome.
Peace.
Good night, boys.
Peace.
Good to see y'all.
Thanks, everybody.